Hi,
Let's
chat.
go.
Hope everyone's having a good day, good night, good evening. You know, whatever time of day it is for you.
What's up, chat?
Not to brag much, chat, but I have the cardboard crack addiction has in fact paid off for me.
Again.
Yeah, it has.
That's not what I was thinking you were gonna. That's not what I was thinking you were gonna brag about. But yeah, Mizu showing me his singles again.
Mizu is always in a constant state of just being right, so like that's just gravy.
Yeah, apparently I can never be right about anything financially, so they're just gonna let me be right about like card packs and other shit. Like stuff that doesn't matter.
Obviously.
Granted, the card pack stuff could be argued financially, if you really think about it.
Technically, you are up financially from them. What you should do is you should submit them for grading and then sell them for bajillions of dollars.
You know what? You should go to Bricks and Minifigs for it.
Oh gosh.
I'm sure they'd treat me very nicely.
Obviously.
Mizu banned from the stock market? No, the stock market loves me. They took all my money and I got nothing in return.
Pretty much.
Did they actually?
I've failed on my stocks every single time.
Damn.
Pretty much. And it just shows me that God is telling me to not gamble. So I'm not going to.
Yes, Sekuno is
Yeah, I'm not
back.
much of a gambler myself.
Everybody seems extremely upset that he's back, but it's like the only person
Why would
he
he not be
actually
back?
hurt was his girlfriend, and his girlfriend has forgiven him, so...
Pretty much.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
everybody
we
else.
should butt out.
Yeah, pretty much. And everybody, I guess some of the VTubers that like called him out were upset, but
Oh no,
don't give
I'm
a
so
shit.
fucking anyway.
it is kind of funny just seeing some of these people upset that he's decided to come back. And I'm just like, who gives a shit? I don't.
That's kind of my thing. And I'm like, do you really have so much of like, I don't know what that is. You think the world is so yours that like you get to be upset that somebody exists online? And like think that like, oh, because I'm upset, people should change that. You know, you're not king, you're not queen, get out of here.
Pretty much. Buy low starting, and I use stash. Yeah. Brick by brick. Oh my gosh. I should tell chat, we're going to talk about the bricks and minifigs stuff tomorrow. There is so much shit to talk about that, like, I was thinking to myself, okay, there's a potential for the second video to come out in between the time that we're reacting. And I was not expecting I wasn't expecting not only the second video to come out, but like...
But the third and fourth and fifth?
Well, not really, but it's just like so much shit has happened. The first night that we covered it, the CEO went on to talk with a bunch of people. And then after that, like the body cam footage was shared in part 2. And then the unredacted body cam footage was shared. And it's just like...
By accident.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you. It was really disappointing to see a lot of that body cam footage. And I think all those cops are royally fucked to the point where
yeah, I mean,
they
here's
don't
kind of my
resign.
thing. Like, I'm much less in, and this is probably going to shift tomorrow in our discussion as well. And this is no longer about Brian, his family, the Legos, or even bricks and minifigs, really. As I'm sure you guys will find out, those watching, Bricks and Minifigs, BAM, has actually cut ties with Brandon Best and Josh, the franchise owners of Let Salem, Oregon, franchise of Bricks and Minifigs. Which means that now Josh is on his own, and Bricks and Minifigs is reaching out to the family in order to either return what Legos they have left or compensate for the remaining balance.
Yep. Pretty much.
So now it's much more focused on American Fork and their impropriety and their corruption and all that shit. Now I'm much more interested in that than I am anything to do with the Legos.
Yeah,
Exactly,
spoiler alert. We don't want to spoil too much. We're still going to go through the second video tomorrow, go through everything.
Of course.
Because I got a lot of opinions on all this. It's kind of crazy. Just like, I did not expect the series to evolve as fast as it did. normally the law is multiple years before you actually get to see the results of shit. But like shit has happened so fast that I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of blindsided. I didn't expect it to happen so quickly.
Honestly, I didn't either. Like, I expected a few days to... I expected the sheriff's response to kind of be stewed on for at least a few days before anything new came out. Then somebody, whether... I know Reckless Ben claims it was a hack. I don't think it was. I think Occam's razor applies here, and it's simple that the American Fork PD are fucking retarded and accidentally uploaded the unredacted footage, tried to take it down, but the internet remembers everything, and so it was already archived by the time they did.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm just interested to see if the RICO case against Ben Schneider will still continue. For those that don't know, there is a RICO case by BAM against Ben Schneider. And,
No.
well, it's a civil RICO case.
Is also in that state. Yeah, and in that statement, they have offered to drop the lawsuit.
Yep.
Have they offered to drop the... I thought it was mostly just against the Mansell family. Is it against... would it be dropped against him, too?
If they're going to drop the lawsuit, they would have to completely drop it. If they were going to just remove Brian and his family, if they're going to do that, they would have to submit what's known as an amended complaint, and then at that point, you might as well just drop and refile.
Yeah.
So, the fact that they have already said that they're going to drop it and willing to offer compensation and everything like that, it means that Ben is likely not going to be in the hot seat for any civil litigation. The criminal charges, however, are still very much present and very much a problem for him.
Fair. I mean, like, there is still a possibility that they refile, but we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Really quick, thank you, Nerdy Texan Accountant. We need Art Mizu in an AA-type meeting with his arms crossed, saying, I can quit when I want, and it's all about Pokemon cards.
Problem is that Mizu can't, like, the thing is that Mizu is doing so well, why should he quit? He doesn't even buy a whole lot.
Well, do you know why? And I rip open the wall and there's like pagan freaking Ritza. He's using magic to boost his luck stat.
We should
Besides, chat, I've already told you guys, I'm only buying a couple Pokemon cards, and then I'm going to swap to
Just
Digimon so I can play Digimon.
Oh, you are swapping to Digimon, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to actually play Digimon. Pokemon I like collecting. Especially because like a lot of the cards are super pretty.
Digimon cards, but I had no idea if you could even play it.
Oh yeah, no, they're because I've been watching videos on it today. The actual new Digimon like trading card game is actually genuinely very new. They basically redid how everything worked. So it could be a more be a more proper like trading card game.
There's a Tinkaton plush. Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
I forgot the exact date. But they actually changed how the Digimon TCG works sometime within the last, like, 5 years.
It's $50. It's not that cute.
It's not cute enough for $50.
So Siamese says, Internal Affairs should take a close look at the PD that was mishandling the BAM scam case. So it wouldn't be IA. I'm imagining that Sheriff's Department probably doesn't even quite have enough to have a substantial IA team. This would actually be up for the state AG or even... honestly, even the feds, because we have California, we have Oregon, we have Utah,
I think we need the Fed boys.
And technically Mexico, because Ben claimed to flee to Mexico. So at this point, we need the feds involved. No one in Utah should be investigating this. A larger government entity needs to look into it.
Pretty much.
And it has to be dealt with, because like even if you think Ben maybe did some stuff wrong here or there, they were actively, like, putting warrants out for his arrest while he was in prison. Like, just to make sure if he got out, they could immediately re-arrest him. It's very clearly malicious.
I think the thing that bothered me the most...
really bad.
I don't know, Mizu, if you saw the unredacted footage. But, like...
I did.
They were like, hey, what can we get him on? What charges can we apply?
What is crazy, even more so than just that, because look, I hate to burst everybody's rose-colored glasses of how the police operate. That's pretty common. Now, often we don't get to see it on camera or hear it with our ears, but what can we get them on is a phrase uttered by many cops across this country. What
Ooh.
I am more interested in is the fact that the police kept reporting to Josh as though Josh was their boss or he was an agent or something. It was like, what the dude? This is the other side of this civil matter that you're trying to fucking act as a mediation to. Why are you going back to Josh and going, oh, well, what do you want to do? What do you want us to do? No, that's completely inappropriate.
Some stuff you don't even need the redacted stuff to see how bad it is. Like when the cop brings back
the
their
fact that they're
court
even talking
summons,
to
and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, he said that he didn't want the court papers." It's like, well, he doesn't have a
it
choice.
doesn't matter. Yeah, he does not have a choice. And once you took the papers, Mr. Police Officer, you've now actually technically committed a crime failing to serve those papers. That's
Yeah.
like one of your main jobs.
And he's like, "Oh, well, he thinks the papers are fake." Here's a fun fact. Doesn't matter if you think the papers are fake. You still have to take them because it has been presented
Yeah.
to you as if they're real, and you're going to have to fight out whether they're fake or not in court.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think a lot of people were like concerned that like there's some like religious conspiracy, and I think people need to understand
know.
is no, there is not a religious conspiracy. These people are all in a tiny town and they all know each other, and because they all know each other, they're gonna like help each other. There's a chance that like that some of these people went to the same building as each other because Mormons, go to similar buildings and all that kind of stuff. And I can believe that. And I can believe that if they went to the same building together, then it's a major conflict of interest. And that is a problem, I feel like, with Utah Mormons, is that happens. Like, immediately, if you're responding to a crime and it's somebody that you got to be like, I can't deal with this. Somebody else has got to take over. But they didn't, and that's not what I'm a fan of. I'm willing to believe a local Mormon cult, sure.
Yeah, well, I think one of the big things that people have to understand is I think the fact that they'll happen, maybe they're part of the same church, the same schools growing up or whatever. I think the fact that they also are Mormon is a symptom of the fact that they're in a small town, and small towns are a tight-knit community. I don't go after, oh, goddamn, those small Christian towns. I don't say that. I say those small southern towns. I saw those small rural towns because it really doesn't matter your location. Like Bible Belt, you're going to get small towns that tend to be Christians. Utah area, you'll get small towns that happen to be Mormon. You also get small farming towns in the north that they're all atheist, but they're still just as corrupt and fucked up and watching each other's back because it's more of a good old boys cult than an actual religious cult. Their religion is secondary.
Pretty much. I'm just like kind of sad that like so many people are like, well, buying it is kind of like dumb, but like I think people are just so ready to accuse. I was like, oh, it's those damn dirty Mormons, and I'm just saying.
To be fair,
like,
the Mormons don't have the best of reputations.
Well, not always. That's fair. But like my response to that would be, so do the Catholics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no, I mean,
that's
look,
the thing.
if
We
you're in
always
big
shit on the
religion, you
Catholics
don't have
too.
a good.
And that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
fine.
mean, yeah, no one's praising Catholicism.
My issue is just I worry that that people are just so quick to say it's one thing, and it's just like it really isn't though.
Yeah,
No, but that's always going to
that's why
happen.
people like us are here. Because it is always going to happen, and we're here to at least try to set the record straight. Now, are they going to listen? Who knows? But at least you get the words out.
Megumi says, I wonder if you guys know about Low Tier God winning his court case when he represented himself. So, I have not seen the full thing.
Yes.
I cannot for the life of me find the full thing, even though I'm pretty sure it's recorded. Based on the snippet we
I'm going to have
saw.
to FOIA request.
Yeah, based on the snippet I saw, I'm pretty sure the whole case is on, like, recording somewhere. Someone has it.
Yeah, it is.
But it's...
Probably what I'll have to do was look at the case number.
Yeah.
And then we will do either a FOIA request or I'll find it on Court Listener, and there's usually a lot of those exhibits will be associated with that case. So
in chat before we got here with some other people, I basically compared it to a Tectone situation. Not in the facts of the case, because that's the thing. I don't have the facts of the case yet. But if you actually watch him, he actually speaks like fairly like eloquently, and he seems fairly normal. Meanwhile, the facts that we have for his ex are horrendous. That I think a monkey could have like lawyered her under the table. Like with Tectone.
Yeah, no, I
some
was
of the
very
facts are just so bad.
Yeah, no, they really are. It's an eyebrow raiser because holy shit, a pro se litigant male in some kind of family court managed to get a win. That's kind of the big shock here. But if you guys look into the case, that woman's fucking psycho, okay? Like this, a banana bread sandwich could have freaking gotten this through because of that's how crazy she is.
This is X that crazy. It's not just that she's that crazy. It's that she was also running around slandering the shit out of him literally everywhere she possibly could.
And people believed it because
it's all recorded.
Well, it's not just that people believed it. You have to understand that when she goes to court asking for alimony and he gets up and says, "Public relations is my job," she has slandered me so horrendously in the public that it's negatively affected how much money I can make. The judge immediately sees that and says, "So do you really want money from him? Because you're actively trying to prevent him from making that money that you're asking for."
Right.
And that immediately, like, tanks your case with alimony and stuff like that.
No, yeah.
I mean, I'm very happy we got the judge to ask that question because things can be this obvious and the judge just will side with the woman anyway.
Yeah.
Because even though the woman is obviously taking steps, calling the place of work, getting him fired and stuff like that, but still demanding money from him. I cannot wrap my head around, this is a big reason why I quit practicing family law, is I cannot wrap my head around women who have that mindset. And I'm telling you right now, it is a shocking number.
Because they don't really want the money, they want him ruined.
Of women who are willing to do that. Well, no, they want the money and they want him ruined.
Fair.
And they don't have the fucking sense and presence of mind to separate the two and understand. You can't have both.
And then thank you.
I have literally had a female client tell me she wants the money and she wants him ruined.
Yeah. Thank you, Internet Zen. It says, as a relative tourist on the Digimon card game, I think this is the 3rd or 4th time Digimon has redone the entire game format. Might look into it. And then Toa says, there are too many cops and prosecutors who believe it is their duty to frame the guilty. I will say that is actually something I have seen. Is there are some times where a public official believes someone is guilty, so even if the facts don't look good for them, they'll try and twist it to make them guilty. Not even from like a sense of maliciousness, but as like, oh, this guy's gonna get off if I don't do this. Which is evil, right? It's still evil. You can't do that just to try and throw somebody, in jail.
No, I agree. I agree. It's just like if the guy isn't doing something that's worthy of putting in jail, you can't put him in jail. And it's just like, you gotta set aside your moral, oh, I have to save the world kind of shit. You have to do what's right with the law. Because every single time, if you don't do what's right with the law, you're gonna end up fucking it up for everybody else. And that's what these cops have basically done. And there's people I
have seen who's like, oh, well, LTG, he ain't no saint. Just like, yeah, I know he's not a saint. We all probably know that. But in the eyes of the court and in this situation, he's not at fault. And so, maybe perhaps it's better to step outside your bias of the internet fucking flame war culture going, oh, but he's not a good guy, he's problematic. Yeah, well, to the courts in this case, he's fine. Right. He's not at fault, so just fucking calm down there.
And then
I'm always going to burn someone down, but it has to have a reason.
This is technically legal related as well, although it might get a little political. Internet Zen says, as a Catholic, Occo, we've heard all the jokes at this point. More recent community getting similar flack to what the Mormons are getting is the Sikhs, especially the UK Sikhs, over the Henry Nowak situation.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm assuming you both are aware of the Henry Nowak thing.
Not too much. Remind me. I'll be the one that doesn't know.
Would you like to tell, Ava?
Now you go.
So Henry Nowak, which, by the way, I don't know how young he is. I do know he is a teenager. Technically. He's dead now, unfortunately. And this was in the UK, by the way. UK police. But he had basically been stabbed multiple times by somebody. And the police arrested him while he was bleeding out.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. That was fucking depressing. And the fact that the police did that, like... Thank God it was an American police, but like I saw that and I was just like, if that man was a couple of shades blacker, there would be riots in the street right now.
There actually are riots in the
I
streets.
am.
So whatever, for some reason, this kid has like really ignited something in the UK I didn't think existed. To the point
Good.
they're now like throwing Molotovs
Yeah,
at
outrage.
police
That's
cars.
a righteous anger. I'm like, holy, go UK. This is
Good.
kind of, we left you guys because we thought you didn't have us. So it's good to see some kind of fire in under your ass when it comes to this kind of egregious injustice.
It's also, if you watch the videos, it's a really good example of people talk about how American police are overly aggressive. And I'm not saying they aren't. But the thing about American police is because they're overly aggressive, they typically know what will and won't hurt a person. So you can look at them and be like, you shouldn't have done that, that was too aggressive. But they won't do it to a point where somebody's going to get seriously hurt. Like they might shunt them with a riot shield or something. But then you watch the UK police that have never actually dealt with having to be aggressive before, and they're knocking people on the ground and bashing their faces in with riot shields. Because they don't actually know how to temper their aggression like American police do, which is because American police are so used to using it. Like so
yeah, UK
there's
police
so many
shield
videos
bashing
now.
people at the edges. Yeah, I don't know where like some of these police went, hey, you know what I feel like doing? Being a fucking 800 AD Viking from no, stop. The shield is not a weapon. You're not a Spartan. Stop it.
Yeah, American police have a much wider berth of using force, so they're pretty used to like, all I really need to do to knock this guy on his ass is kind of bunt him with the riot shield, and then he's kind of done. But the UK police are like, I don't know what I have to do to stop a person, so I'm just gonna stomp their head in over and over until they stop moving. Because they're just that poorly trained.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because... And I will say, yeah, UK, you guys have a lot, quote-unquote, less crime, especially violent crime. But when violent crime does show up, you guys are just so unprepared. Even when you call in your equivalent of SWAT and shit, you're still unprepared. And I just, maybe a better focus on that before you throw stones across the pond.
Yeah, and somebody else in chat mentioned it. During one of the arrests, they slammed some kid up against an iron fence with spikes on it. And the spikes very clearly, like, went into his neck.
Oh. That's the...
Ew.
Because again, they have no clue what the fuck they're doing. They don't know how to handle any of this because they're just that poorly trained. And they don't ever actually arrest people that are being violent. They just kind of let them run roughshod.
That makes me literally depressed, I'm going to be honest with you.
And that's why the UK is like on fire right now.
I mean, it was harrowing to watch only because of how disinterested the police seemed.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone else in the fucking video is, except for the guy who's, sitting down in cuffs, bleeding to death, except for him, everyone is all freaking uppity. That guy in the guy who did the stabbing or whatever, who keeps coming up to the police, he took my turbine, he hurt me, he shows his eye, and there's not a scratch or anything on his eye. And I'm like, okay, obviously something crazy happened here, and you guys just seem like you're upset you have to be here, and that indifference led to this 18-year-old's death.
Yeah. But yeah, now they're throwing Molotovs at the police and shit, and...
Well, I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in violence, but maybe they need to have some kind of violent uprising in order for people to get it, you know?
Don't be saying that, we're on YouTube.
Well, you are correct. Peaceful protesting, all right? I believe in the peaceful protesting that took place during George Floyd.
It's fiery, but mostly peaceful protest.
Exactly. I believe in the fiery, but mostly peaceful protesting that they did during George Floyd. YouTube's okay with that, right?
Fiery, but mostly peaceful.
Exactly.
Thank you, Megumi. Says, honestly, Occo, as a Catholic myself, the Mormon part of the BAM thing is just a finer detail to the bigger picture of a company using the state to do its will.
Oh, no, and I don't disagree with that. I think people are well within their rights to be critical of these people. I'm extremely critical of them because they are Mormon. As somebody that grew up in the faith myself, seeing how these people acted, it like gave me horrible flashbacks to the Utah Mormons that I was exposed to when I lived there for a couple of years. Because unfortunately, Utah Mormons act like that. Not all of them. Thankfully, not all of them. There's a lot of nice ones. But Utah Mormons typically, if you're in the in crowd, it's treated again a little bit just like a cult. They all act like that. They all treat each other like that. And if you're not in the crowd, you get ostracized. They hate you. They will actively like do whatever they can to show how much they dislike you, and it's just really depressing because that's not what any religion is supposed to be. I can say that that's not the entirety of the religion, thankfully, but like seeing it from the perspective of, oh, this is Utah, I was like, yeah, that's pretty accurate, my personal opinion. Be accurate.
Yeah, small town, what is it? Less than 60,000 people?
It's not just that it's a small town. Not just a small town. It is just Utah in general. It's just Utah in general. Excuse me.
Well,
not just Utah in general.
So many towns that I've seen similar issues, like 3 towns in Tennessee, Rifle, Colorado, places like what was that place in Virginia? Burkeville or some shit.
Yeah.
There's and again, vastly different religions between all of them, but the one marker that they all have in common, they're all good old boys. They all grew up together in the same small town, and they have each other's back. Their religion is secondary.
No, I would agree with that. But I will revise that and say it's just Salt Lake County Mormons. I don't know what it is. The closer you get to the center of the Mormon world, the more self-righteous they become, and it's insane.
Yeah, isn't Salt Lake like the capital?
Salt Lake is it is
the capital of Mormons.
The capital, yeah. If you want to call it the capital of Mormonism, sure. It is where the I don't want to say first temple because it wasn't the first temple. It was where they settled basically and expanded. So
it's where they took off their wagon wheel.
Yes, pretty much, because they were some of the original pioneers going westward.
Yeah.
There's a lot of historical significance to them going westward.
So before we continue on, I did not have a whole bunch of side notes today. I think because everything's been happening so fast, a lot of stuff I've actually covered fairly recently, like on our own individual podcasts and stuff. But this was one I had not gotten a chance to talk about, and it is on theme with our legal stuff. But allegedly, in recent court documents, Ubisoft is trying to sue Valve over antitrust claims. Basically, that Valve once threatened to remove Rainbow Six Siege from Steam after Ubisoft tried selling the game at a lower price on its own storefront. So Steam does technically have this as a rule that you sign up when you sign up with them, but it only applies to games that uses Steam's internal systems, right? It basically, like, if you're using our servers, you can't be you can't give the players a worse product on our store while using our servers. And that's actually the specific thing they say. It cannot be a worse product. So it can't be more expensive on Steam, which is what they're actually saying. It's that you can't charge more on Steam for it than you would anywhere else. But they also can't put less content in it. Like, you can't say if you play the Steam version, you get less content, but if you come to our site, you get a better version. Which I don't...
Yo, what the fuck? Yeah, no, you can't do that.
People keep trying to say, this is a big antitrust thing, and I think very technically, in certain cases it is. I don't know if they'll actually win on Steam with this one. In very certain cases, it is an antitrust thing. However, I don't think it's fair, because what it was intended to be used for was people would threaten to kick you off of their storefront if you didn't artificially boost your price to force people to come to their storefront. Steam isn't trying to make you boost your price to force people to come to Steam. They're just saying you can't charge more if you're putting it on our platform.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
So it might very technically be antitrust, but it's not what the law was intended to be used for.
No. And I mean, here's really the big issue to me. this kind of goes into I had answered an earlier tweet too. It's like, if you could change one thing about gaming, what would it be? And I would have to say this kind of shit. This microtransaction, different versions of the game for different... The reason why the law wasn't designed for this is because this is a clear attempt to circumvent and go around the law.
Yeah.
By making a starter pack and a platinum pack and this pack and then... stop it. Just fucking stop it.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But the other thing that came out of this is... #1 Steam fanboy Tim Sweeney is immediately boosting this everywhere he can.
Lamau.
For people who don't know, because apparently some people don't know this, Tim Sweeney is the CEO of Epic Games.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he is obsessed with Steam and will retweet every single negative story humanly possible he finds on Steam. And everybody dunks on him every time.
Epic Games really did try. They tried to be, there's two household names. It's going to be Steam and Epic. And I'm sorry, Epic, you guys lost. You lost that one hard.
Yeah. One of my favorite quote tweets, which I don't know where it is now, but somebody quote tweeted Tim Sweeney, and it said, "Find you a girl who looks at you the way Tim Sweeney looks at Gabe."
Well, I was thinking of it because, like, there are people that me and Mizu have that like hate us, but we don't give them any attention because it's just not worth it. And this is exactly how I see it for the owner of Steam. It's just like, I don't care about who you are. Fuck off. And he doesn't even say that. He just like lets Tim Sweeney mauled, cope Ethan mauled.
Gabe, all he does is do nothing and win.
Yep.
Pretty much. He does nothing. He wins.
And of course, yeah, chat's mentioned it. The other thing that came out is that Denims has very technically, for the moment, beat Ethan Klein, which I get to brag about, because I said when me and Ava did the stream reading over the court documents, I was like, these filings are bad. I see a lot of ways for them to get out of it, and I already know about a wealth of case law that could be used to get around this. And everybody's like, "Nah, Mizu, you're an idiot.
Part of the issue
it's a slam dunk for Ethan.
No lawyer has ever said that this was a slam dunk. Some said that this is pretty it's a strong case, sure. But the issue, especially when it comes to copyright law and utilizing fair use arguments and stuff like that, God, you could have, from judge to judge, a dramatically different judgment. I believe this one, the judge has said that Denim's reaction to the truth nuke has met 3 of the 4 criteria for fair use.
Yeah.
Does he actually include the specific ones? 3 of the 4 fair use factors strongly favor defendant, including the most important factor, purpose and character of use. So this is actually the one crazy. I specifically cited.
That's actually crazy.
This is actually the one I specifically cited. Which
really?
I said it in a different way. Courts have kind of interpreted this as to mean, what audience are you trying to give the content to? So in order to pass this bar, Ethan has to go to court and say, if Denim's audience wasn't watching Denim's, they would totally be watching my content. And it's just... And
there's a strong argument that can be made that no, Denim's watch party was populated exclusively with people who would not watch the Truth Nuke by itself.
That is amazing.
It is a good argument.
I can't believe they used that argument. That is amazing.
Yep.
That is beautiful. That is chef's kiss right there.
That's a bar you have to pass. And that bar was, I don't know if it was set by somebody before it, but the most famous person I can think of that said it was Sargon of Akkad.
Yes, we love Sargon of Applebee's for that.
Yeah, who was sued in America by somebody that was trying to pull that. And the big argument his lawyer pulled up was basically the purpose of use, in that none of her audience was ever gonna watch Sargon.
Oh, no, Kitty, no. Fucking hell, he brought in a bunny.
Aw.
Into your room?
Yes.
That's what cats do.
Oh.
That's what cats do.
That's a baby bunny. Whatever. He went under my bed. He's gonna do what he does. I'm ignoring it. Let's continue.
You clean it later.
Before we get too far off it, thank you, Beardmaster. UK police prefer arresting people with mean comments on Twitter instead of arresting actual Islam gang members. And then thank you, Internet Zen. Gabe needs to send Tim Sweeney a Steam's #1 hater mug as a joke Christmas present.
Lamau.
But yeah, I saw this just before we started to stream, thanks to Occo, and I just kind of wanted to brag about it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm asking Ava if
I
she
will
can,
say,
like...
hold on, I will say, this is not a good setup for Ethan, but no final judgment has actually been made yet. They have to wait for Ethan's and his law team's
response.
arguments before the judge. And but this is not a
He's on the
good
back
weather
foot.
forecast for Ethan Klein and his time. Yeah, exactly.
He
Is now
basically...
he's doing the uphill battle now. It's not Denham's uphill battle anymore.
Yeah, he basically has to come in, look at what they explained, and say why what they explained is not right and why it should move forward.
And
he can't
And
do
when you
that
have a judge coming,
sufficiently.
going, hey, look, looking into this before, I'm telling you, before you're even in front of me, I'm kind of looking at fair use here, and it looks like a good argument. Like, when you hear that from a judge, you are, I mean, it's like probably now 70-30 of win-loss chances.
yeah. And I told people this with the other two girls. It's like one of them defaulted and one of them settled. That does not mean that Ethan's case won, technically. That just means that they lost. His case still has not been tried in front of a judge. This is the first time it is getting tried in front of a judge, and it is not going well for him.
No, and that's... it shows me that the other two girls might have just jumped ship quicker. Although, to be honest with you, it was only one of the girls that jumped ship. According to Frogan, she's not done with her lawsuit. I guess we'll have to wait and see if that's true.
I can't remember which one of them defaulted. If one of them defaulted, she's kind of just fucked.
It was the bong water girl.
Yeah, but I don't
Sorry,
know which
Ava.
one of them defaulted. I just know one of them settled. Or said they
fair.
were going to settle. I
Frogan-
don't know if they did settle or not.
Frogan defaulted, and the girl that smokes weed 20 times in an hour, she's the one who settled.
Yeah. We'll see where those go. The problem is, they're kind of already lost. Like I said, it doesn't mean he won, but they technically already lost. For all
Yeah,
intents and purposes.
A default judgment and a settlement is not like a win or... Well, it's a loss, but it's not like the same kind of like win as some people might think it is, because it doesn't set precedent, and all it does is it keeps it from going to a court before something happens, basically.
Alright, I got the bunny, and I have to dispose of it.
Disposed of
Oh
the rabbit.
gosh.
The yabbit.
Yeah, that was a very young juvenile.
Thank you. Nerdy Text and Accountant says Ava the cat is bringing dinner. He wants Ossenpfeffer? Did you make me say something bad?
First of all, fucking that's a no, I'm pretty sure that's a German dish that involves rabbit.
Oh, fair.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, what I was going to say is, obviously, you know, until Ethan makes his arguments and until the judge makes a final decision, it's not over. But this is basically saying, hey, you might want to not do this because I am thinking about ruling against you before you even go to court. And part of me is wondering...
That's not possible. No. The judge is saying, hey, I need you to come in here and argue these issues that I have. I'm letting you know before you come in here, though, these are my views. I'm letting you know that coming into it, so you are somewhat prepared for this argument because it's going to be combative.
Fair.
A judge is not going to make a ruling before opposing counsel has a chance to weigh in. That would be illegal.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, can't the judge make a summary judgment?
You have to request summary judgment.
Only after opposing counsel has had a chance to make their argument.
Yeah. Also, a lot of times you have to put in a request for summary judgment. Like there's an actual
Also
thing,
that.
request for summary judgment.
Fair.
Thank you, Aifsia. Tips for the waiters and head pets for Ava.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
But yeah, like we'll see where it goes. I don't think Ethan is gonna give this one up. However, there is a chance where he does, and he relies on the fact that he kind of beat the other two to like really push forward this idea that he owned everyone.
I was just gonna say this is probably going to be a batting average thing, and his argument is going to say he loses Denham's cases, right? Okay, he can still say he completely hammer spanked Casey Tron and Frogan. 2 out of 3 when it comes to quick succession litigation like this is actually a really good batting average.
Yeah.
So that's probably the cope he will apply to this. But no, he's gonna be upset. He's gonna get his hammer. It's gonna get his rear hammer spanked in court by this judge, it looks like.
Yeah. I'm just glad I was very tentative on my view of this. Because
yeah, no, you did good, because you have to look. Everyone has to understand. It could seem like a slam dunk, but it's really up to the judge, and you will not get 2 judges to agree on what is or isn't fair use, even if it's the same exact facts of the case.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I said initially, but I do feel like this is something that I'm not surprised with.
I know a lot of people thought it was going to be in...
the Reddit snark mods. I'm pretty sure he can get a win over on them as well.
That's actually the thing. I don't think he has a case at all against them. Because I'm not sure, like, where he would, like, what the case would even be exactly.
Uh-huh.
Because it's sort of like a tiered thing, right? Yeah, conspiracy is probably the best they could get him off.
Yeah,
but
it's civil RICO. That's what it is.
The problem is he would then have to prove that the girls committed a crime as well, because that's part of the conspiracy. So he'd have to argue that they are...
He can find that Casey Tron and, not Denham's, but Frogan, actually, and he has the court findings to prove that. And if they were operated... Now, here's the thing. He really needs to get Denham's, because from what I understand, the snark mods were collaborating most with Denham's, not so much with Rogan or Casey Tron. There's still an argument they can make with the other two, but Denham's is the smoking gun in the snark mods trial, and without her and without a win over her, it, like you said, it's probably not gonna look great.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that he doesn't have a case against them and it goes nowhere. Especially since his case against them, I believe, was connected to his Denham's case.
Now,
yeah,
if I can be honest...
If he loses the Denham's case, he's probably going to lose the snark mod case.
If I can be honest, and I my personal opinion has just kind of been a lot of indifference towards Ethan Klein. But, like, the longer things have gone on, the more I'm just like, I don't know, guys. Ethan really is, like, kind of fucking up, in my personal opinion. And the more that you defend him, the worse off it's gonna be for you.
Thank you, Chaos Mash says my cat hunted mostly chipmunks and birds. He then graduated to not only hunting a rabbit, but decapitating it. I've never been more proud. Rip Cole.
Oh, I'm very proud of Draco. He's gonna be 4 years old this November, and I cannot tell you the untold horrors that he has done on the local wildlife population. This place used to have a mouse problem. I no longer have a mouse problem. And there's only one cat here.
Fair.
That's funny.
Thank you, Internet Zen. So what I'm hearing is that Yeet is jumping to conclusions here, and the judge is laying out the issues Ethan lawsuit has before it goes too far. Snark Mod's case will be an easier time than Denham's. So here's the thing. Yeet's actually very right here, which is kind of strange. Normally he's a lot more... What's the word for it? Like when you're extreme... I'm losing...
Sensationalized? Hyperbolized?
It's more sensationalized, yeah.
Who is?
Yeah.
Yeet's normally like a bit more sensationalized.
Yeet tends to be a little more... Yeah, no, I completely know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're a clip account, so that's I kind of expect that.
Well, they are, but and yeah, exactly. So
which is why it's surprising that now
see him here being normal.
Yeah, now he says something normal. This is actually very accurate to what happened. tentatively
This is a
wins
tentative win,
fair use
pending
lawsuit.
unless somehow Ethan can pull a fucking Hail Mary out of his butthole and fucking really change the mind of the judge here. Because the judge has basically said, hey, you're gonna get to argue tomorrow, but this is kind of where I'm already leaning. And when you have a 75% of all the merits met for fair use, yeah, sorry, this is a tentative win. Yeah, it's not a technical win, but it's a tentative one for sure.
Yeah.
And then as far as the Snark Mods case, me and Ava will just disagree on it. I am personally of the opinion he has no case at all against the Snark Mods, and he is just coping really hard about it.
I think his case depends upon whether or not he wins against Denims or not.
Yeah. And
That's it.
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Festiva says, still rooting for Lex Juther. Sorry, Occo.
What the fuck?
Is that what we're calling Ethan?
Yes.
Where did that name come from? What?
It's fucking ridiculous. First of all, okay, I don't like. Lex Luthor has no hair in like almost every rendition of him. So why are we calling him Lex Luthor? It doesn't make any sense.
A lot of people are just like so upset saying that the judge is smoking something, and I'm just like, I don't know.
No, it's pretty
I
clear
don't
on
know,
this early
man.
on. I thought it was, it's pretty obvious that something like this could happen.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, if I were the judge, my big thing would be the stated malicious intent to act as a market replacement. Did they actually act as a market replacement? Maybe, maybe not. But there's enough there. If I was a judge, I'd probably have 2 out of 4 merits met for fair use, and Ethan would probably have more level ground to argue on. But still, yeah, the technical wording of the law needs to be considered here. And Mizu is absolutely right when he says, would Denim's audience actually watch Ethan Klein's content nuke without Denim's there to react to it? I don't think they would.
I also, people like this, I think, have gotten like a lot of misinformation from people. They're like, oh, Ethan won the other 2 cases. He says, I thought it was the same judge for the Frogan and Casey-tron case. Either way, shouldn't the judge consider the other cases when making the ruling on the Denim's case? Because that's the thing. They didn't win. They just lost. Or he didn't win. They just lost. Which actually is a thing that can happen in court.
No, one, yeah, well, no, one he did win over. I forgot which one, whoever settled. I think it's Casey-tron. Casey-tron settled, that's a win.
Well, she settled before they went to court.
If you can get to settlement before trial, that's a win. So I'm going to consider that a win. Frogan defaulted. That's not a win, that's not a loss. That's the default
I'm not saying
judgment.
Ethan didn't win on either of them. I mean, like, I'm saying it so people understand in the court's eyes, there was no win or loss that happened outside of court, technically, which is what the court prefers, actually, most times, is that they prefer that you come to a settlement or an agreement. Because when you say he won,
funnily enough, though,
it gives people the wrong idea that, like, oh, so the court agreed he was right. Well, no, the court didn't hear it.
It's kind of the same thing as Brickless Ben going, oh, hey, I got a default judgment suing Bam in small claims court, and then he went to collect his money and he didn't get any money. You know why? Because the default usually means you're not gonna get paid.
Yeah.
It's not a win. It's not even really considered a win to the courts. They're like, no, you didn't have someone to argue with. You never had that, so you just got a default. That's not a win. A settlement is also not really a win to a court because it happened outside of their jurisdiction.
The other problem with him, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, but allegedly his court cases were thrown out because he didn't file them properly and he accidentally sued the last store owner.
Did he actually?
That's what I heard. I listened to a stream today by a couple of the Law Tube people, and apparently Scott Schaefer, who I am not a fan of. I do not like Scott Schaefer because he's got one of those personalities where you listen to him and it's just like, I don't want to trust you purely because of how you sound and how smug you act. Not too dissimilar to how I imagine some people think of Mizu. But like, this guy's just wrong a lot more than not. But he was correct on this, basically.
I would have to look more
But
into
we'll
it.
see. Because, yeah, I was listening to a few Vtubers today too, and they jumped into the middle of it and were missing critical context that made them say some stuff that just was incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I would look up, see if you could find the court pacer for that, because apparently it was just dismissed because of improper service.
Thank you, Sparky. Bad news, wanted her to lose. Good news, this strengthens fair use from a really, really bad facts. No, that's something I said, is that if Ethan won, depending on how he won, could set back fair use in a really bad way.
Yeah, that was my
Which
big
would
concern
be
as well.
fucking crazy when you consider where Ethan has actually contributed to fair use.
Yeah.
So it would be insane to watch Ethan through a win basically undo all of the progress he is partially responsible for.
Pretty much.
Also,
much.
looked at the time as this UTT or Autism episode with Occo as a guest host. So it's just
I'm
that
so
for
sorry.
some reason there has been a lot of legal stuff this week. And the problem with legal stuff is everyone thinks they know what they're talking about. 99% of people have no clue what the fuck they're going on about.
Oh my god, you want to see the funniest thing? I showed it to a couple of people in my chat earlier today. I think it's in memes. And it's just, I just took a picture of Legal Eagle's fucking thumbnail.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to send it to both of you guys in side chat right now, but I had a little bit of a fucking crash out here. Where is it? Where's my chat?
I listened to Legal Eagle's video and
There you are. It was nothing. It was a nothing burger. I had Occo listen to it. It was bullshit.
Well, the problem with his video is it doesn't tell me anything I don't already know. All it does is aggregate a lot of, and to be honest, I can't really get upset at people being data aggregators or just like aggregators of information, because I kind of do that as well. I just don't like listening to him do it. That's like my only thing. It's just like, I can be okay with aggregators of information.
Is
I just hate him.
everybody's wrong. And I'm like, you know what? You're a lawyer. You know words are important. And I agree. A lot of people are wrong about this case. But it's not everybody. So why the fuck are you using, I don't know, sensationalist fucking clickbait language in your thumbnails? I hate this shit.
Did you watch his video?
I did. I listened to it.
Yes, I listened to it. Occo listened to it. He basically brings it down to three main things that we have all already stated as issues with this case.
Fair.
Everything else is fucking cookie cutter textbook taken from, you know, all the other content creators doing coverage of this. So, I mean, he didn't really say anything that we don't already know.
Fair.
Which is why I'm pissed off at the title.
By the way, the professor asked, speaking of riggers and models, you okay, Ava, with your model, or do we have to brace ourselves in case we get flashed again?
Lamau.
I'm fine, guys. Okay, look. What's gonna happen is someone's gonna have to remind me when because I do have, for this summer, 3 outfits planned and another asset planned. When I do get those updates, someone's gonna have to remind me to reset the hotkey again, but that's the only reason why it happened. When I got my, here, let me see. When I got my microphone update, so I can interview you plups, no, I'm kidding. I forgot to set my hotkey for the empty outfit toggle that allows me to wear other outfits like this.
Oh my gosh. Mizu.
Yeah, I did it on Occo stream. I did it on my stream. This stream's next.
I threw it in side chat. I hate people. To just kind of like walk to something else for a moment. I know we haven't gotten yet to the rigor discourse, but this pisses me off.
The new collection thing for the normies is these stupid colored dumplings. Which, look, I try not to judge people for collecting stuff, right? I literally have like a couple $1,000s of cards sitting behind me on a shelf. As well as another couple $1,000s of half-naked
You're not gonna throw stones in your glass house?
Yeah.
That's different, Mizu.
Well,
you know that.
It's like another couple $1,000s of half-naked anime women. However, you guys are collecting dumb shit you don't even like. It's just a dumpling that's different colors. Like, I don't...
Yeah, it's not even like Cinnarroll or freaking like Hello Kitty or No, it's a fucking colored dumpling with a cute face on it. Are you kidding me?
Like, see, at least with the Pokemon cards, you can make the argument that the expensive ones are prettier because they have fancy designs and shit on them. It's just
Yeah, they do.
It's just different colors. You give me one of them, I'll make it tie-dye for you. Like, why half naked? Because the lollies are hotter when they're half naked.
Oh my goodness.
It's true.
You can't be fully naked because then it doesn't look as good. You have to be wearing something.
No, there's a certain amount of class that comes with being half dressed.
Exactly. Especially when it's lace.
And fishnets.
Exactly. These are dumb. I had the same opinion with Funko Pops, because Funko Pops, they all look the same. They're the same, like, size, the same shape.
Oh.
Yeah, Funko Pops really pissed me off.
Mizu, that reminds me.
And then people tried to judge me. Funko Pop people tried to judge me because I like Nindroids. And it's like, have you seen a Nindroid? They're adorable. Funko Pops look ugly as shit.
Reminds me that fucking what's his face who bought $5,000 of Funko Pops and then burned them in scalding oil decided to interview a guy that had
Funkos
over...
are clogging up landfills now.
Well, like he interviewed a guy that like has over $100,000 in Funko Pops, and it just like the guy has an
That makes me
apartment
wanna
that's
vomit.
it's like wall to wall Funko Pops.
I think
And
I've
he's
seen
like,
that guy.
yeah, it like when I listened to him,
You
I
know
was
what?
just,
That's where I
like,
need the Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, I just like was listening to it, and I'm just like, bro, I unironically, even though I am choosing not to indulge in things that could financially ruin me, I feel infinitely less bad about my habits and addictions because at the very least, I can see my walls. I can put up pictures. I'm not this weirdo that has so many Funko Pops that like he has to line his walls 3 times and he has boxes full of them. Boxes.
And as Ahara has it Reddit too, if you can get a hold of an Android in Japan, they are cheap as shit. They are beautiful little figures that go for like $15 in Japan. If you get them when they're first coming out, they go for like 30 to 40 in America. You're paying like 25 to 30 for Funko Pops, and they look horrendous.
I am still missing one Nendroid, and then I have all of the Nendroids from Little Witch Academia, and I want a couple of Nendroids of Vtubers, but outside of that, I love Nendroids.
I wanted to do like something for like a collection, but the issue is like me like living on a boat, living in vans, and mostly being nomadic. I've never had a collection because I've never had the space to keep a collection.
Right.
So my thing is, if I want to do a collection, it's got to be a small one.
Yeah.
Something that I can carry with me.
You can carry trading cards with you.
Yeah.
Binder.
Just get a fucking binder. Oh, that would bring me, cause like it's no joke. Cause I just did a bunch of traveling. It was a little under a week of travel, and I was able to fit 5 shirts, 3 or 4 shorts, some pants, and everything, including my laptop for the week, in a single backpack. So putting a binder in that single backpack, which is on now, I'm just in school again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Farmer Jack. Says an Irish flasher, say goodbye to your eyes. And then Internet Zen says, oh no, Mizu as a long-term plastic crack enthusiast who literally discovered a full unbuilt orc vehicle kit that had been gathering dust in my cupboard. I will judge from my glass house at these people. No, that's the thing. I feel like I can judge them because my stuff is quality. Your stuff is not quality.
Well, I think that it's just the unfortunate thing where
we're not the same.
In America, exactly. In America, there is obviously like a lower quality of like what is collectible. Nothing that like is really fun and fancy and collectible comes from America. I've recognized.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong about that, but like, well, Magic the Gathering technically is from America, so that I'm wrong about that there. But that's one of like
people don't really like
things.
collecting Magic though, because a lot of them don't look that good. They're only very recently trying to get on the trend of like they need to be pretty like everyone else.
I disagree. People collect magic for a different reason. Some people collect magic because of how the game, because of the game. But then, like, the secondary is like the art just looks really well. At least that's why I did it. I collected it because it's like, oh my gosh, I have a rare Ugin the Spirit Dragon, and I remember when I pulled it out of a box, and I was like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever in my life. And then I sold it back when COVID started because I wanted money. And I hate that I did that because now it's fucking expensive. But yeah, never mind. I will say that, like, these fucking buns that people are like, the thing that's insane to me is these buns are like $5 each, and then you can buy the whole case for like $30, and people are reselling the rare one for $215, and I'm just like, there is infinitely more beauty that I can get out of having a trading card, in my personal opinion, you know.
Yeah.
And I just think these people, I don't know. I just worry about how some people treat. I think the thing with me is when everything becomes collectible and everything is trying to be commodified, it no longer becomes fun, in my personal opinion.
Then when
Maybe
everything's collectible, no one will be.
Exactly.
Not on brand with collectibles, but a couple new movies are coming out this week. Or already came out. So The Amazing Digital Circus is out soon. The Backrooms movie is out. And so first off, Pippa gave the Backrooms movie, I think she said a 6 out of 10, and people roasted her for it by retweeting her and saying, okay, so it's an actual cinematic masterpiece, got it. Because if you don't know, Pippa has like a long history of people not liking her movie takes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a new thing. But the one I wanted to show was everybody's favorite happy-go-lucky good boy, Merryweather, decided that they were going to try and rage bait people over it.
I fucking hate this. Oh my, I actually got rage baited by this.
The Backrooms movie was a 3 out of 10. I'm honestly really upset. What a betrayal of the fandom that made the Backrooms phenomenon popular in the first place. No almond water, no levels, no unique or interesting entities. The whole movie just takes place on level 1 because the boomer who directed this didn't understand more than the surface level disgusting movie.
So is he wrong about that?
Yes, it's rage bait.
Wrong.
It's intentional rage bait. He knows he's wrong.
No, it's intentional. Yeah, no, he has to know he's wrong because in the comments too, he says that the Backrooms is based off of an old post. I forget if it's 4chan, Reddit, whatever the fuck, but it took a picture of a furniture store that had gone out of business and it was completely empty. It came, a sideline with a bunch of the classic old creepypasta stuff about like, no clipping into the Backrooms and shit like that. That's where it came from. This guy responded to those people. No, that was based on the game. This is all based on the game. And it actually fucking got me. I didn't reply to it because I knew it was rage bait, but it actually enraged me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So there's also a couple things that this is a side tangent, but the actual Backrooms quote-unquote community that started adding all of these levels actually misunderstood the original 4chan post. Because the original 4chan post said something like there was a faint smell of almonds in the water, or like in the damp water in it. So the community, which was a bunch of children, assumed that meant that there was almond water in the Backrooms. They didn't realize that the smell of almonds is typically tied to cyanide.
Yeah.
It was.
No, the issue is a bunch of fucking SCP writers got into the Backrooms and freaking injected it with their nonsense. And then people thought that was the Backrooms. But really, that's what happened is the original post got infected with a bunch of SCP writers.
Yeah. I'll have to send you to the Backrooms wiki sometimes, Occo. It takes you like 5 minutes to be like, holy shit, what is wrong with you people?
No, that's fair. I mean, we did play the Backrooms game a long time ago.
See, the games can be kind of fun, right? But that's because you're playing a game. When you actually start thinking about like the lore they're making, it's like, wow, this is really cringe and gay. But yeah, he kept going, by the way, in the chats, just like trying to rage bait people constantly.
I mean, it got him attention, but it's not really the attention that I would want to have for that kind of thing. I'm going to be honest. Well, so you get good rage bait because you're actually just true. You're just honest and correct.
Well, I also retweeted it, and I was like, I don't like. It's not really your brand, you know. Like, why are you the good boy, super nice guy who every time you get the most minor pushback in the world, you delete 1 billion tweets, trying to be a rage bait account? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, just fucking dedicate you. So commit. If you're gonna be a rage bait account, fine. Just commit though.
But yeah, it's highly likely the Backrooms movie is pretty solid. For one, Pippa gave it like a mid rating, which Pippa's terrible at judging this stuff. The other problem,
I saw Charlie's review of it, or like his overall rating, and I would say most of the time I seem to agree with Charlie on his reviews, and he said it's pretty good.
yeah,
Okay.
You know, there's some problems with it, especially I guess in the back half, but it's a good movie, especially with you know, if you compare it to all the slop we've been getting as of late.
so I can pop it up because I think some people probably don't know it. So this Backrooms was not made by like any major company or something. See if I can pop this up and it not be a problem. It was made by this guy, Kane Pixels, who this is his Backrooms content.
Right.
So he was actually the one that got to direct his own movie. So he's come a long way, by the way. From just making YouTube videos to now he is actually directing a real movie.
I mean, I see a couple people that do that. One of my favorite shorts creators has done that, and like the account That's a Bad Idea, they made their own movie, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that it was decent.
Also, just to point it out to people, all of his stuff is CGI. It's 3D CGI.
I believe that. It looks really good.
Yeah, no, his work is ridiculously amazing. He was also, I played this one on stream before. He did this Rolling Giant one, which you can kind of see in the background. Like, it looks like a real underground facility. Like, no, it's all 3D CG.
Uh-huh.
He is ridiculously good at whatever he does. I don't know how he does it, but... you might have seen this one by him, though, chat. The Backrooms found footage where the big lanky monster pops in. This was a very famous one. That
I remember
kind of
that one,
everybody
yeah.
saw.
That was a great one.
Yeah, that was him. He made that one.
Okay.
But yeah, they finally gave him doing. I never saw this one by him. I'll have to look into it. But he's got good content. I do definitely recommend him. Really good creator. And that's kind of the reason I took a little like side issue with what Merryweather did. Because this is a content creator that has made it, right? Like they finally got a big movie like this. And it feels kind of shitty to put out like negativity around it, even if it's fake negativity, just to like fuck with him, you know?
The thing about Merryweather that people just need to understand, and I think people do understand it, but I think the thing that people have to understand is Merryweather is an unserious person, and he doesn't really know what he's doing pretty much any time. And so this is kind of on brand for him, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. I just think it's kind of sucky.
No,
Ladder puller
I
attempt.
agree.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like when I see stuff like this. Like, give the movie like a legitimate rating if that's how you feel, you know?
I did see that like he later would say, "Oh, I guess I'm not allowed to use social media anymore."
My manager
I'd say
says I'm not
yes.
allowed to rage bait on this website for the rest of the month.
I'd just be like, "Yes."
He posted a tweet like of his other rage baits that he's done.
And it's just like, if all you're known is rage baiting, like that's not a really good thing to be known for. Again, like Mizu, you're not a rage baiter. People just get upset at you.
Well, here's the thing, right? He's like touting these as like, oh, look at all like these likes and stuff I got on my rage bait. The problem is, yeah, you upset a lot of people that are actually in the community that you want to be a part of. The people that like these tweets are people that actually believe that. So somebody in chat already mentioned it, but multiple people are trying to shit on the Backrooms movie, saying it is a racist movie that supports like racist ideas and that it should be shit on.
What?
Yeah, because the main
What?
character.
God damn it! Fucking people.
Yeah. So while he's doing this, and he's like, "Oh, look at my funny rage bait," like, yeah, all of the comments are from people upset at you, and all of the likes are from people that genuinely want to shit on this movie and genuinely want it to fail.
That's absolutely disgusting.
It's the same thing. He has another one here where he claimed that Pragmata had AI art in it, to which he got like almost 80,000 likes. And he's like, oh, that was a good rage bait. No, people are trying to shit on Pragmata. They were trying to tear it down, and they were using whatever they could to do that, and your tweets were one of those things.
Yeah.
Like, you are actively attracting a community of some of the worst people, and the only reason your rage bait works is because it is intentionally appealing to them.
Let him, in my personal opinion, because if that's what he's getting, it's going to fuck him up eventually, and he deserves it.
Yeah, so good luck, Merriweather. Hope you enjoy those people as your new community. Have fun. He's dumb.
I don't think Pragmata is gonna have a sequel. Someone mentioned a sequel, and I'm like, it was a hero's journey that ended in self-sacrifice, and I was like, well, I don't know, what are they gonna do? Send Deanna to the moon? I mean, to the Earth, and then what's she gonna do?
You don't spoil it. People are still playing it.
I haven't seen it, actually.
I thought everyone knew. I'm so sorry.
But continuing on a little bit.
Everyone knew since the demo it was a hero's journey game. Okay, whatever.
No, I didn't know what the ending was. I knew what the journey was.
I'm so sorry, Evelyn.
But while we're on the topic of games, now that the Pragmata thing has happened, so Sony has announced that God of War will now be Goddess of War, and will follow Kratos' wife who is dead. Not the first wife who is dead, the second wife who he had Arteus with, who is also dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't know about that?
I didn't know that the child died. I'm going to be honest.
No, Arteus is not dead.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Arteus is
the
alive.
wife that he had Arteus with is dead, and she is dead before we meet her really in the series.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Now, there was a cool thing I saw in one of these like things that they were showing. They showed a cutscene of her doing something in the afterlife, and then it showed like a mirror of the God of War game when Thor kills Kratos before bringing him back with his hammer. When Kratos dies, Kratos shows up to help his wife in the afterlife for that second before disappearing, because Thor brings him back, and it shows that it's actually mirrored between both games, and I did like that.
Yeah.
Regardless of all the discourse and everything, no, that's a cool little tie-in to me.
So you won't see a lot of it here. A couple like random things. First off, the cube here is a character that hangs out with her. They also had a guy mocap this cube because that was very important, I guess, to mocap the cube, the gelatinous cube.
I didn't know that you needed to mocap.
I hate it.
Like that.
There's. Okay, I didn't think that was an actual character. Now I'm even more pissed because it's just the gelatinous cube from D&D.
Yeah, it's just a gelatinous cube.
And that thing has almost killed me multiple times.
It is an actual character.
I hate that thing.
You also don't see it here, I don't believe. But she actually gets a magic arm, like in Forspoken. So
Did she really?
yeah, she gets a magic arm.
Oh my god.
Is she gonna be the new Forspoken character?
That people are immediately comparing it to Forspoken. When they saw the really magic arm, and they're like, why'd you give her a magic arm?
You know what's really funny about that? The Nemesis actually is upset at people that dislike this new game. So
because they're trying to accuse everybody of being racist or like sexist. I mean,
here's the thing: I don't dislike this game because it's not out yet, but I'm allowed to be wary. I'm allowed to be concerned with what we've seen so far and maybe the message and the agenda they're trying to push. But I can't say whether or not I like or dislike this game yet because it's not out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is, I think the thing that really annoys people too is this is what they said they kind of wanted from God of War originally. Because we are now not dealing with the old gods, and we're not dealing with the Norse gods. Now we're dealing with Egyptian gods. And that's kind of what people said they wanted from Kratos, is to just start going through the different pantheons as a hack and slash game, because that would be kind of badass. To like
And
have all
now-
the spectacle
It
and
would
stuff.
be.
And now instead, he's not going to take care of the Egyptian gods. It's going to be her.
Supposedly.
Oh, that's gay.
Just as Egyptian and Mongolian. I don't know if it's Egyptian and Mongolian. Who knows? I will say my favorite reply this got was Bucky from Pal World said we have Sekhmet too. Because Sekhmet, the
Wow.
Egyptian goddess of war.
I mean, at least they're not going after the Indian gods. There's literally thousands of those.
I wonder if they're going to get to the Christian. Oh, wait, never mind. There's only one Christian god.
I don't think he intended this as like kind of a sneak dig, but people took it as a sneak dig.
Really?
If people kind of took it as a little dig at them because everybody's making fun of them.
That's funny.
People are also producing AI videos making fun of it, including the God of War Laundry edition.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
that's-
that's funny.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Really?
That's horrible.
The gelatinous cube
But
turns
it's funny.
into a laundry.
A washing machine.
You gotta do your husband's laundry.
People have just
Gotta
been trying to
send
say
it.
this for a while. They're really not interested in not having Kratos. They want the God of War to be the God of War again, and they just won't let him. And people talk about like how much the other games, how well the other games did. The other games sold well, but they were very divisive. And they're just getting like more and more divisive as time goes on. And I don't think the company realizes that some people are going to ride or die you into the dirt, but there's going to be a whole lot of people that are just going to dip when they get tired of it.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
So I know somebody had told me their argument against me was that, well, the other games did very well. And I was like, the other games got memed as Dad of War. They were also very divisive.
Yeah, no, they absolutely were. Yeah, no, when God of War came out with Arturus, and that was fucking mean to hell.
Chat says this one takes place in a realm where all the dead gods show up. It's still kind of dumb.
man. Yeah.
Thank you, Wolfsbane. Everyone in chat, boo
Boy.
the elf. Boo.
Boo?
I don't know why we're booing
I'm
the
so
elf.
sorry.
Internet Zen Master said
Because
SCP stuff.
I allegedly spoiled something. I spoiled a game that has multiple endings.
Yes.
Oh.
Internet Zen earlier said SCP stuff does not belong in the back rooms. Now, creepypasta stuff like Slenderman, the Proxies, Jeff the Killer, Eyeless Jack, and so on, that sort of monster slasher stuff would fit well with the back rooms. Nah.
No, the back rooms are the back rooms. Stop trying to fill shit with it. That's the whole point of the back rooms. Your mind is unnerved by its emptiness, and so you want to fill it with shit. But that you've defeated the point of the back rooms.
Yeah.
I
At
would
that
agree.
point, stop filling it with shit.
I think being empty is terrifying enough, my personal opinion.
Yeah.
That's why everyone wants to fill it with shit. Because they're scared and they're like, nah, just accept it as it is. Empty, like your soul. No, I'm kidding.
Pippa loved Joker 2. That's a justified bad take. Yeah, everybody kind of like ribbed her really hard
Did
for
she
that one.
actually?
Yeah, she thought Joker 2 was a great
oh,
movie.
Jesus. I haven't even seen it.
I haven't seen
So
Joker.
I guess I'm being unfair. You haven't seen Joker?
No, I just have seen the
You
clips.
probably shouldn't watch it. Pretty bad. Well, the
Yeah,
first Joker's fine.
Yeah,
It's the
even
second
original
Joker.
movie isn't. Yeah, it's fine. The first Joker is fine. It is not the cinematic masterpiece I think everyone makes it out to be.
Fair.
Thank you. Ivsia says, yeah, it's the same with Labubus and the previous collection trends. Anime figures are superior. Also, Ava in a swimsuit win.
So, Ava is a vampire, which means that I can't survive in running water.
Yeah, but it could be near
I
it.
do have a very tasteful like summer dress / nightgown outfit coming out, I might consider a swimsuit, but I'd have to decide which direction I'd want to go.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a one piece. I like one pieces.
Revenge says to add to the law tube, did you guys hear that Hassan is thinking about suing Lord Picosis? There's a video clip of Hassan being all giddy about hoping he gets the death penalty.
Oh, Pegasus. So yeah, I thought he was gonna sue Pegasus, but he is. I guess he's thinking about it.
Fair. Thank you, Grolgar. The ribbon talks too, and the cube is Huey from The Boys. The ribbon talks? Well, that's cringing gay as well.
Listen, there's a lot of cringing gay with that series, so you know.
Toa says, to be fair to Pippa, she hadn't actually seen Joker when she saw Joker 2. I don't think she's seen Joker to this day. Still a really cringe take.
It's wild to watch a sequel and make a take on it without watching the first one.
That is like... I was gonna say retarded, but that's very Pippa coded.
The stupid ribbon talks. Everyone stop it. Stop. Like, God, okay, I'm not gonna fucking even bother with this game if the ribbon talks in the fucking cube has the personality of Huey from the fucking Boys. Are you kidding me? What's happening?
Yes.
Noir says the One Piece is real. The One Piece is always real.
The One Piece is real in our hearts.
I will say, I don't know where I'd put this in here because I did not bring anything up about this. A news article about Hassan came out. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I heard about it.
The whole thing is just accusing him of being a massive sex pest.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I have heard about it, and when I heard that's what came out, I was just like, so did he decide to stop like cozying up to the right lefties? Because this is kind of crazy to hear.
Yeah, so one of the big claims that kind of happened within the article were he receives tons of nudes on Snapchat from fans. The girls very clearly have very questionable ages because he doesn't verify anything. He just collects the nudes into a folder. And then he shares them with friends. He flashbangs other creators that show up to collab with him with them. And he's apparently even shared them to news reporters for some reason that interview him.
Okay.
So we are aware that the non-consensual sharing of private images, whether or not they were sent to you unsolicited or not, is still a crime, right? It's a felony.
Apparently he just constantly shares nudes he gets with everybody. He openly admits to having a titty ranking of all the girls that have sent him nudes.
That's what the fuck?
It covered the fact that he has 100% gone to the German brothel, and the German brothel 100% was shut down for having underage women in it. It doesn't accuse him of being with an underage girl, but it does very obviously say he went to this brothel. A month later, the brothel was shut down for having underage workers. So make of that what you will.
Yeah, my opinion is like a lot of people, I think a lot of people need to be careful with that because just like obviously he hasn't been convicted of that. I still think the fact that he went to it and then later they had issues with that is just like, I don't know. That's weird.
Notice how I'm not commenting on this.
Yeah, I always just say the two things back to back. He went to a brothel. A month later, the brothel was shut down for having underage patrons. Do with that what you will. I accuse him of nothing.
Yeah.
Only that he admitted to going there.
Like, the problem is a lot of people, and Pegasus, I believe, included, is basically calling him a pedophile because of that. And I'm like, you guys are going to get sued because, like, there's a lot of things that you can call people. Calling somebody a pedophile when they have not been convicted by a court can get you sued, and you can lose, and you can owe that person damages if you do that. Just look at Montegraph and Ricada.
Just think about it like this. If you really believe that somebody was a pedophile and you accuse them of that, would you want to have to pay that person money because you were fucking stupid and couldn't keep your mouth shut?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's kind of how I break it down. Like, look, you don't want to pay him money, right? Well, then don't call him a pedophile.
Yeah. But this was the article. It was from the New York Post. which apparently does not like Hassan anymore.
Which is
Apparently he
funny.
was a huge frat boy, and after he got out of college, he tried to start his own frat to keep it going. But then he got a nepo
Oh
baby
my
hire
god, that
with
is so cringe.
yeah. Then he got a nepo baby hire with the Young Turks through Chink Uyghur, which is his uncle or something. I know they're related. I just don't remember exactly how. And that's when he got into the being a leftist on camera for money.
Yeah. Don't forget the dude boy tips that he did for a while.
Yeah. But yeah, they have a whole
He
they have a whole
basically
article on
wanted to
him.
be Andrew Tate. Only he just failed at it spectacularly.
He failed at it, and then he became a hyper leftist, and is failing at that basically.
Yeah.
I heard that recently like one of the candidates that he wanted to win lost, and he basically said if you were gay that he hopes that you KYS in Minecraft.
Oh, he also admits that he is a Turkish draft dodger.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
shit,
sounds about
what?
right. That sounds about
Yeah,
right.
apparently there's mandatory
Oh, Hassan?
military service in the Turkish military, so he dodged the draft so he could go to the U.S. and just
He was
never went
born in
back.
the States. How the fuck did...
I don't know.
What? Because he's a natural born citizen.
Yep.
So,
Allegedly. But allegedly was also going to be a part of the Turkish military draft.
Yeah, I will be back in just 2
well,
seconds.
now I had to look into this article writer and some stuff because that's a clear contradiction that I can't ignore.
The Bible for our senior year, 30 reasons to go for freshman chicks. With a link to a sexually
Ew.
explicit article on totalfratmove.com.
Ew.
Piker loved the college lifestyle so much that when he moved to LA after college, he aimed to start a Theta Delta Chi frat house there. However, he instead went to work for his uncle Chink Uyghur at the Young Turks.
Oh goodness, excuse me.
This article is very negative of him, but it does have like a lot of sources for basically anything it says it links to.
It's just really crazy that the New York Post has done this. It shows that I think this is like the beginning of the end. And I'm not saying that like as like what I mean by that is if the left hates him now, they have decided that he is no longer basically somebody to prop up, which is why
Well,
that,
Chad's
like,
clarifying for you, the New York Post is right.
Is the New York Post
You're thinking
right?
New York
Okay.
Times.
Oh,
Yeah, New York Times is
I
definitely
thought that they
right.
were. I swore
not the
that they were
same.
hyper lefty.
Okay, everyone. Yes, he could have dual citizenship, but he is not a literal anchor baby if he grew up in Turkey. If he was an anchor baby, he was born in the States to illegal aliens who then used that natural born citizen status to stay in the United States despite being an illegal. That is the definition of an anchor baby. If he was born in the States and then grew up in Turkey, he's not an anchor baby.
Yeah, you
That's
kind
not
of have
how
to.
that works.
You have to stay here.
You have to stay. Yeah, look, he could have dual citizenship. That's what's going on. But everyone, he's not an anchor baby.
Tildeer Hassan pissed off all the political left and got banned from the UK. Actually, yeah, he did get banned from the UK recently. The writer probably listened.
No, that was hilarious.
The writer probably listened to Nux's Hassan is Effed and Pegasus's Legendary series for part of their research. Winter Dragon, by the way, says Cube is named Frank, just to let you know. Because they couldn't have chose a better name than fucking Frank. And then Noir says Hassan was born in the US, but lived in Turkey basically until college.
Yeah, which makes him not an anchor baby.
Yeah, I also wouldn't think that his family would need an anchor baby because Chink Uyghur's been here
No,
for a
if
while.
they're that rich, he doesn't need. Yeah, no, that's kind of like an anchor baby. Like that quote unquote scam is something that people who don't have the money to grease the wheels of bureaucracy do.
Yeah.
So Hassan and his family are rich as shit. They don't need an anchor baby. Hassan was not an anchor baby.
And also mentions stuff like once while broadcasting with QT Cinderella, she looked on as he opened clearly explicit images while broadcasting. On another occasion, he left his phone with streamer Pokimane while off camera, and she also stumbled across explicit content on the device.
Wow.
Basically, he just saves tons of porn on all of his stuff.
And again,
Of course he does.
Which,
this
like,
is
look,
your socialist
I'm a gooner,
leftist.
right? I publicly admit I'm a gooner. I posted as a joke in response to the God of War stuff today a bunch of hentai games I owned, and I'm like, I love games with women in them. I don't know what you're talking about. But if I handed you my phone and just let you look through my pictures, it would take a long time before you found anything not safe for work. Because I just don't
Really?
save
No,
tons of
okay.
porn all over the place. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, that's no. I do have a porn folder because I am also a gunner, but it's not incredibly large, and I'm not adding to it all the time.
Yeah, I'll say that like the most I have is just of Occo. That's it.
Yeah, see, this was the fun one, right? They call him Seedy Piker, who claims to have slept with over 300 women, gleefully showed off all the nudes he was getting sent on Snapchat during an article with Cosmopolitan magazine in 2018. That's the thing.
weird.
He is so much of like a weird, creepy gooner. It's not just that like he's showing it to his friends. He's showing it to strangers. He's showing it to like other streamers he's currently collabing with. He's showing it to fucking news reporters that are interviewing him. What is wrong with you? Like, why?
We need some penis explosion right now.
The article described his messages are 70% nudes and quotes Piker as scroll through them saying, whoa, that's crazy. That was her actually blowing someone. I don't ever, like, talk to any of these people. Ooh, that's butt stuff. Cool. Like, why are you showing this to someone who's interviewing you?
Wow.
He joked about keeping a boobs of note list in one stream. Adding the boobs I send every now and then. I see a picture that's concussion inducing, and I'll send it to Will. In the video, one of his male companions says, add me to that list, while one of the females says, let me know where that list is so I know not to look at it.
That is insane, man. Chat, just letting you know, if you send me any pictures of you, you are getting blocked immediately. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I don't want that shit on my phone that's being sent from somebody.
Yeah, like, it's... also, Internet Zen Master says, probably where the confusion is coming from, is that he claims he's an anchor baby. And what you're seeing, Ava, is we can
then he's,
potentially...
you know, Hassan is retarded.
Yeah. What you're saying, Ava, is we can, quote-unquote, potentially deport the arrogant Turk. Stop giving me hope.
No, we cannot. No, you can. No. Look, I'm gonna just say this right now.
Denaturalize
I hate
him.
Hassan with a burning passion of 1,000 suns, but I'm not gonna let that hate turn into retardation and delusion. He was a natural-born citizen. You cannot denaturalize a natural-born citizen with any route legal that we have right now. So no, he's not being deported. He's not being denaturalized, and he's not an anchor baby because he grew up in Turkey.
Yeah.
Hate him, but don't become retarded, please.
Also, I will point out, like, when he... I don't want to hold this against him because he was a retarded college guy. However, there is some stuff that comes up that I'm like, if you're already at that age and you don't know that's wrong, I think there's something seriously wrong with you. And one of them was on this explicit article on this totalfratmove.com site that he says is like 30 reasons why you should go for freshman chicks. He includes shit in it like drugging chicks. Particularly
really?
in like one of the most creepy, degenerate ways I've ever heard of. He found something that's worse than roofing in this article. Where they would slip girls laxatives for some reason. He's like, what is wrong with you people?
I'm assuming everybody knows what laxatives are, so that's
Why? Nobody knows why.
There's only ever one word to ask there, and the word is why.
Why?
Even the letter will work here. Why? Why?
Oh yeah, that's what Hassan is dealing with today, and his defenders are out in force, being like, "Oh, what? So a man can't look at some titties from time to time?" Like, no, that's not the problem. It's not the problem.
See, people are saying that, then they'll look at the people that are his detractors. And a lot of his detractors are
Well,
also
you know
idiots
what?
as well, but like...
Nah. If you are going to be in the kind of sphere that Hassan clearly wants to be in, that he's taking active steps to be in, which is politics, political commentator, all that. No, it's not okay for you to look at titties from time to time. Do you know why? Because you're supposed to be a moral example. And the second that you show that you're not is the second you're going to be ripped apart politically. So, what do you want? Do you want to be a political commentator? Do you want that life? Or do you want titties?
Yeah.
You have to pick.
So before we get on to the final thing, which is going to be the bulk of the rest of the stream, unless you guys have something else you wanted to bring up, which is the artist rigger situation.
Yeah, the one thing I did
Yes.
want to mention is SpaceX's IPO is about to come out, and they have lowered the requirements
Oh,
from you
God.
being allowed to invest in it. Used to be you had to have an account with $500,000. Now you only need an account of $200,000. So if you want to invest in SpaceX, just give $2,000 and they'll let you buy some stock options.
I'm gonna tell you right now, with SpaceX going public, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is going to be the world's first trillionaire.
No, he will. He will. 100% he
Like,
will
isn't
be.
he already at like 800 billion or some shit? Like, he's not that far
He's
away.
high up there. He's going to become the
Yeah.
world's first trillionaire, and it's going to shake things up. But yeah, I believe that they're retaining 30% of the company, and then the stock, so there'll be less stock, but like they're opening it up to more people.
Okay.
Yeah, Fidelity quietly dropped its minimum account requirement from 500,000 to 2,000. The catch is who they need to sell
Oh,
to.
wow.
SpaceX reserved up to 30% of the offering for retail, far above the usual single-digit share. Selling within the first 15 days triggers Fidelity penalties up to a permanent IPO ban. At a approximately 1.675 trillion pre-money valuation, this IPO creates more exit value than every VC-backed IPO in the last decade combined. The XAI side lost $6.4 billion from operations in 2025, dragging a Starlink-powered company billions into the red.
Just saying that you should not invest in it.
I don't have money to invest in it, Chad. I don't have $2,000. I spent it all on Pokemon
Yeah,
cards.
no, I don't. Yeah,
You sell your
what the
Pokemon
fuck?
cards and do it.
Thank you, Noir. Says too late,
Elon
Ava. I already
actually
am.
contacts Mizu.
Yeah.
He contacts Mizu and goes, "Look, we're starting a Mars colony and we need entertainment. We need your Pokemon collection. I'll give you stock options in my company if you give us your Pokemon cards."
And thank you, Noir said, too late, Ava. I already am. Can't remember what we were talking about at that moment.
Oh, I said stop letting your hate turn into retardation.
Oh, fair. And then Internet
And,
Zen
yeah,
Master,
they're
Bizu,
just
do not
mean.
invest in SpaceX.
You don't have to worry about that. No one has the money to do that right now.
But, chat, for the...
Technically, I do, but I'm not going to waste my money on that.
Well, with that, chat, the big story of the day, obviously, is Vtuber Riggers, which I did an entire video on. Occo did an entire video on. I think they were pretty good videos, honestly.
Oh, did you watch
I've
my
been
video?
watching on the sidelines since you knocked that, like, you basically, like, made a chink in the dam of whatever this is, and I've just been watching everything flood, and these guys panic, and I've been eating a lot of popcorn. It's been very cool.
But before we get too deep into it, I need to have my own little idle meeting real quick. So, Occo, talk about stuff. Don't talk about the special thing. I want to be here for the special thing.
The special thing? Oh, okay. Fair enough. So the easiest way to kind of like explain this or start off on it is, actually, he said the special thing, so we'll hold off. Ava, how are you doing tonight, by the way?
I am doing well.
That's good.
I am petting my cat, who is still. Oh shit! Oh, he's starting to attack me and stuff. He's
Cat's
mad at
trying
me
to run
because I
away.
took his rabbit.
I mean, That wasn't really fair of you.
It was so small, man. It was
How big was
it could fit in my hand.
Oh, gross. I'm assuming you washed your
was
hands
a-
right
it
after
was-
that.
Of course. Luckily, I didn't see any like there was no breaks in the skin or bleeding or anything like that. I scruffed it, carried it out, got rid of it while he didn't see it, and then washed my hands.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Well,
he
that's good.
I don't know, he found a rabbit nest. Like that, there's no way that bunny was by himself. There's a parent that is wondering where little Johnny is.
Oh, that's brutal. That's absolutely fucking brutal.
How big is Cat? He's a good, Jesus, I'd say 12, maybe 13 pounds. He's kind of a bruiser.
Cat
The
is
cat
molding.
is molding. He really is.
You took away his... Chat, don't say that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, someone with Canadian 5.
We'll wait for Mizu to
Mizu,
come
become
back.
a major. Oh, okay.
I mean, it is for him, so I figure we should wait for him to come back.
It is for him. That's true.
I will
One of
use this
my
opportunity.
old dogs found a nest with 6 rabbits one day.
Oh no.
Well, wow, that's not good.
I will
the
take
cow,
this
no, the cow was
opportunity-
not offering me.
Chat, I will take this opportunity to say that me and Ava tomorrow, starting at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be going over, again, the Reckless Ben stuff. We'll be starting over well, not starting over. We'll be starting at part 2, basically, and going through as much as possible. Actually, we'll watch the video from the Gormans because their video is very important as well, and then we'll just kind of hop over from there. There's a lot. You know what's really funny? Ava, there was a lot of conversation, but you know what everybody was the maddest at?
What?
Sorry, I'm back.
Everybody, welcome back. Everybody was like, oh, please don't bring Sparky back because we hate Sparky. And I'm like, what the fuck?
No, Jesus.
What?
Like, I had some people, well, I was talking about the feedback from the obviously I was doing, looking at some feedback comments and everybody's like, oh, Sparky was too drunk to come up with any opinions. And I was like, damn, that's brutal, guys.
Sart now says Mizu
was he
become a
drunk?
major shareholder of SpaceX with these bucks and tell Elon to do something with Twitter's algorithmic suppression of a cute artist.
Hey, I think it's super important. Did you bring Gabby's in back their lemonade?
Don't encourage that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I don't think Ava knows. Ava doesn't know.
No, but as soon as you said don't encourage that, I understand the joke.
Yeah. You understood the assignment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So how far into this subject have we gone while I was gone?
I would decided to wait till you got back.
Not
So we
at
talked
all.
about
Yep,
talked about
we
something
waited.
else, basically.
Fair. So this entire Rigger debacle started with this fella saying this. Riggers, if I'm paying you to rig my model, that file should also go to me. I paid for it. It's my model. Like, what is this industry? I paid thousands of dollars to not own the file of my own rigged model. And what he's talking about is a file called a CM03, which is basically like the rig equivalent of like the Photoshop file as opposed to the JPEG or the PNG. The difference is VTubers get their models changed sometimes. They get new outfits for them, they get new expressions for them, and you can't do that without the CM03 unless you're just gonna start from scratch again, which could, depending on how big you are and what riggers you're using, could be thousands of dollars.
Oh no, yeah. I kind of equated it to like if I wanted to make a video, I keep every single project file, even if I publish a video and I like it, because you want to have the chance to go back to it. And so by getting rid of this file, you essentially lose everything, and it's way too much money to start over at that point.
Well, to use
unless you're
video
willing to
files as an
invest.
example, because I don't think people understand how important the CM03 is, including riggers. It's like if I wanted to go back and edit my video, I would have to like restart the entire video from square one, and probably buy the program again to redo it.
By the way, I've had to do that before.
The
It
importance
fucking
of
sucks.
these files Okay. The importance of these files are quite literally looking at your finished rendered video and being able to open up the project file of your video editor.
Yeah.
Now you can go back in and make changes much easier. That's pretty much the difference of how hard and easy it is having this file or not for rigging. You need it. You absolutely need it. It's essential to me making any edits to your 2D live model.
Yeah, pretty much.
And would you like to share the importance of the CMO3 as per our source?
Oh! Yeah,
Oh.
hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. He said I could name him, so give me a moment.
Yes, the CMO3 is basically the project file. If we were to compare it to, video editing in video files.
Yeah, so, chat, I had a small conversation with Kevin, the rigger.
I love Kevin.
And I sent him a tweet, and here, I don't know if let me send you the tweet so that you can bring it up, because it's in the side chat. Because the tweet that I asked him,
And
I was
just so
like,
people
hey,
who know who we're talking about, this is the guy Occo messaged.
yes, this is the guy that I messaged. Because I asked him basically, hey, I saw this tweet, and this is an opinion that I kind of agreed with. And somebody else had already told me something similar, but I wanted to know what Kevin thought. Because when you think of riggers, the top tier riggers, Kevin is that guy. Like a lot of these people on Twitter act like they are hot shit and that they deserve like some sort of specialty, when, if I'm going to be honest with you, anybody that charges less than $10,000, all of their shit, anything that charges less than him is going to like look very similar. And I don't see very much difference between VTuber Rig #1 and VTuber Rig 42069. And so I wanted to ask him basically if he agreed with this tweet here. And so I feel like we should read this tweet, and then I can tell you what he said.
Yeah, you want to read it?
Because, yeah, I can read it here. Give me just 1 second. So the tweet says, lately I've been seeing a lot of discussion about clients and riggers, and honestly, I think both sides have valid points. One thing I keep noticing is a misunderstanding about what the CMO3 file is. A CMO3 isn't some shortcut for mass producing live 2D models.
Also, to just really quick to clarify, they're saying that because a whole bunch of riggers were saying they could not give you the CMO3 because if they did, you could just start mass producing models based on their work with no effort.
Yeah, and that is incorrect.
Which is insane.
That is just patently incorrect. And the reason why it is just patently incorrect is everybody's model is different, and you can, unless you've got models that have very similar heights. Even then, if they even have similar heights, there's like going to be a lot of
heights,
things.
builds, and facial structure.
Pretty much.
And you would need to use it. You need to for you to be able to use this file to quote unquote mass produce shit. You basically have to use like a Psycho template or something.
Mm-hmm.
It'd have to be literally something that is already kind of set up to be mass produced. You could not use this file to mass produce Occo's model or Mizu's model.
Pretty much. And like it's so vastly different. And I haven't like looked at like a difference in like the files and such. I kind of wish I did ask either him or because Kevin's not the only rigger artist that talked to me about this. I've had 2 or 3 artists that have talked to me about this. He's the only one that I've gotten permission for to say who I talked to. But essentially, you can't copy and paste like these people are acting like. Mizu's rig would not work for me. In fact, Mizu's rig would probably break my model in half because Mizu is like half of my height. So when these people are like, oh, you can mass produce shit, they are lying to you. They are intentionally lying to you, or unintentionally, but I think most of them are just intentionally lying to you because they're anti-consumer, in my personal opinion.
And what's so funny is the lie doesn't even say the fact that they're clearly anti-consumer, because even if what they're saying is true, that would actually make things fucking worse, in my opinion.
Pretty much. But anyway, I'll continue reading this here. From my experience, I think most riggers build meshes and deformers from scratch for every project, especially if each project is done with a different artist, which is a big part, by the way. If you have a different artist that is doing different stuff, that is a big part in it because everybody draws their shit differently. Reusing the exact same art meshes and deformers on a completely different model is pretty uncommon outside of things like YHC models. Psycha was mentioned earlier, and Psycha does basically YHC. Psycha literally in her rules is like, your stuff has to be parallel to each other so that it's easier for me to get it done faster. And like, that's a limitation that you have to accept if you want something to be done quickly or just like efficiently and cleanly. And that's why I'm fine with it. The thing that gets reused most often is physics settings, and honestly, that feels similar to a chef keeping recipe notes. The value exists, the numbers make each riggers have their rigging style similar to art style, but they still need to be adjusted and applied to each new project, just because not everybody wants the booba strength to be that hard. I hope clients, artists, and riggers continue to respect one another. That's definitely not going to happen, I'm sorry. Clients put too much effort into preparing for their debut, artists spend countless hours designing and separating model parts, and riggers work hard to bring those models to life. I love this industry and grateful to be here. I want to keep streaming, making models, rigging for years to come. I'm basically going to stop there. So, they say that, and I go to Kevin, and I'm like, Kevin, do you agree with this? Because I was interested in his opinion. And again, I've asked a couple of different people this. And Kevin's words was, and I'll quote him, he says, I'm 50-50 on the topic. It depends on how good the template is. I use my own template to improve speed. And then he says, quote unquote, mass produce, by that meaning reduce from 70 hours to 50 hours. Pretty much just that. Most work is still custom done and painful.
Yeah, I imagine. Especially as involved as Kevin is.
So what Kevin is saying, and we all know that Kevin has some templates that he uses. We already went through that when the whole nanolist drama went down. But like, what's really funny about that, by the way, is a lot of these artists or riggers are complaining about how their work can be stolen. But what Kevin is basically saying, the only way their work can be stolen is if they use templates. And a lot of these artists probably would have canceled Kevin for using templates anyway, because
they tried to cancel him.
Yeah, like a lot of these people tried to cancel Kevin for templates, which doesn't make any sense. Because from what it sounds like, a lot of them do it. And so I don't understand this mentality by a lot of these fucking people. Because
VTubing and rigging is in a really weird position because it's going through issues that like canvas painters went through in the fucking 1400s or sculptors went through even fucking earlier, and it's just weird to me because these artists of this subset of artists have all the information they need to know that setting it up this way is not good. It's not a good business practice. And if it gets exposed, it turns to shit. Yet you're still fucking doing all the same mistakes that have been committed by artists trying to take more than what they should and trying to restrict their work from commissioners even more than they do. Like, I don't know. It's very, VTuber artists are like, they're like fledgling artists. They're like new and they have a lot of learning to do.
Yeah.
Like thousands of years of learning to do. And I just wish they were a little smarter.
I would agree with you there. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add to that, Mizu, because I mean, like, the thing that's really funny is you probably already kind of figured that yourself when you did the live stream. This was something that I didn't necessarily think of when I was working on my video. If I ever make a part 2, I am including this tweet though, because it's just like a lot of these people act like, oh my gosh, if I don't want people to mass produce my stuff. But then one take that I thought was really funny is one of them was like, well, even if they could open up the file, they may not even want to touch it anyway. So it's just like, well, then what the fuck are you worried about? If me having your file isn't going to be like mass produced or used by somebody else, why do you care if somebody else won't even touch it? And it's just like so many of these people defeated their own arguments by just opening their mouths. And it's just like, you know, the more you talk, the more you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a thought too. The more combative you are about this file, I'm sure if I asked Psycha for this file, I would get it. But because they're not weird and combative about it, I'm going to just go back to them for any of my additions, at least for the foreseeable future. Why? Because they're upfront, they're honest, their turnaround is quick as hell, and I'm sure if I asked them for these files, if I needed them for any reason, they would freaking let me have them.
I always make sure I get all my files just in case. One of the big discussions that came up was because a lot of people were trying to push the idea that this guy was like an edge case, and people were explaining to them like, no,
No, it's not.
ignoring that he's not even an edge case, you have to understand that stuff can always happen. It's completely possible that their artist didn't intentionally ghost them, that they like died in a car crash, and you would never know.
Yeah, that shit happens, yeah.
Like, life is full of entropy. Shit happens. You can't be like, oh, it'll never happen to me. They'll never stop talking to me. It's like, well, how do you know?
Life is complicated and messy.
Yeah, like nobody's saying they're gonna.
One of my
intentionally
oldest
stop
mods on
talking.
YouTube right now, I know he met with an unfortunate end, and I don't know what that is, but professional gentleman.
Yeah.
He's modded a few people and even some of my friends, and he's gone now, and we don't know what happened.
I think one example I could also use is when my first rigger for the original Mizu, I made a Discord server for everybody that they had rigged for, and just kind of included everybody. One of the people they were currently rigging a model for, literally 2 days after I made this server, died in a car crash. Like, life happens. Shit happens.
Yeah, oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sit here and be like, oh, nothing's ever going to happen to me. Nothing's ever going to happen to, like, my friends, my clients. Like, no, it does happen.
That does happen, yes. That is pretty depressing, I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, no, we were all sad about
A
it.
little bit.
'Cause it kind of caught everybody off guard. But it's just to say, like, it does... We're not even saying, like, all the artists are going to be, like, malicious and hide it from you. Shit just happens.
No, I agree. And that's why it should be something that is handed over, in my personal opinion. Not to mention, by the way...
Or at the
this was-
very least, it shouldn't be a big deal to hand it over if you ask.
Yeah.
If an artist is throwing this much of a fit about it, honestly, that's a red flag to me, and I'm gonna go shop elsewhere for stuff for my model.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should. I think the unfortunate thing is not a lot of people will probably take a lot from this. I think, unfortunately, riggers will get the pass because many people will not pay attention to this. But I do think it will change and shift things because people now realize that this is something that is important. And I agree. I mean, like, I swear the person that did my rig for my 2.0 model, like, I'm pretty sure they either gave it to me or were very willing to give it to the other individual that was rigging for them. And it's just like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, you just have to, it's just like, yeah, I agree. I'm not going to use it maliciously. I'm not going to, like, sell it or give it to somebody else. But, like, I don't see the reason why I can't have it just in case you fucking do something or you do something.
Oh yeah. And another thing, to the artists who are using this model, I mean this file and holding it ransom and charging exorbitant prices for it, fuck you. You are everything wrong with the industry.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Thank you really quick, Noir. IDK, what's the deal with templates? I make templates in games with huge character creators like WWE, 2K, or Sims, much less if I'm making money on stuff. Yeah, no, if there's some way to use templates to help speed up your work, as long as it doesn't affect the quality, there's really not a reason you shouldn't be doing it.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm in full agreement.
That was the big thing we said.
People who look down on artists and creators who use templates are freaking masochists and are the type of people who 300 years ago would be in a freaking monastery whipping themselves with a freaking cat of nine tails.
Yeah, we
I don't know. There's no reason to make yourself suffer through your work. You don't have to.
We said the same thing with Kevin when that first happened, was people were like, how dare he use, templates? And we're like, why aren't you using templates if they can be used? Like, I don't... You're saying how dare he use them? I don't see why you're not using them.
What's funny, and you can disagree with me if you want, but it feels like AI is slowly becoming the new template as well, because people can use AI as like a jump start to like help them get templated stuff done faster. Would I be wrong in saying that? I don't feel necessarily too wrong saying that.
Maybe. I think it depends on the perspective.
We haven't seen really I mean, have we seen an AI-generated VTuber model that's fully rigged with
I'm not
AI?
saying AI generated VTuber model. I'm saying as a base for people to draw on top of.
I don't even know if we have any models advanced enough to help someone.
I'm not just
any,
necessarily talking
like,
about models. I'm saying overall.
Okay, that's fair.
Excuse me.
Yeah. And then Teleparallel, I'm a professional programmer. If someone asked for the source to the ERP Enterprise Resource Planning project I've worked on for 15 years, I'd say here, have it, good luck.
Well, most people won't know what to do with it either, anyways.
Well, that was a big thing with a lot of them, where they're like, no, you don't understand, like, this isn't common in any other field, and had people from all different fields going, actually, no, it's extremely common. If I'm doing coding work,
not even, you know how common it is? It's fucking not even thought about.
Yeah. Like, tons of people are like, well, you wouldn't ask a programmer for their source code, and programmers like, I mean, it's all uploaded to GitHub, so we can help each other out. Like, we're just kind of willingly doing it already. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, could you imagine, like, an artist like Bob Ross trying to lock his content behind some fucking fee or something? Like, guys, really, let's freaking gain some perspective here.
Thank you, Noir. I agree with crap happening. I'm in my 30s, and it's looking like I might need a hearing aid for my left ear for a few years. Oof. It sucks, but I hope it works out for you. And then Nasco says, good morning. How's everyone? What did I miss? You missed a lot.
To be honest with you. No, yeah. And to be honest with you, Nat Noir, I don't think you should be like super duper sad about it. Like, it feels like people younger and younger are like falling apart these days, and I don't know why.
The hearing aid stuff might be because of computers. Unironically.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit
fair.
like hearing stuff. That's your headphones, computers, stuff like that. That's gonna cause an issue like that. Another thing is though, you know, I have noticed my generation especially is aging like milk. It's not good. I don't know if there's something going on with genetics or what, but yeah, no, there is something going on there.
Well, I did recognize that, like, as the generations have been going on, they've been looking younger and younger and younger. Maybe we're reversing that now. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, Chad. Is it picking up my keyboard tippy-tapping?
I had a friend tell me they're 23 and they look like they're 35.
Yeah,
and I'm
some
like,
people
you're
are
2 years
unfortunately
younger
like
than
that.
me. I'm terrified. There's something like, I don't know if death is like sucking your life essence at night or something, but you have to make a change.
Here we go, Chad. I think I got it far enough
Brutal.
away that it's not going to pick it up, at least not as easily. And then Internet Zen, don't call these riggers the term artists. They don't deserve the title. They're just glorified mechanics. I did say that. Not that they weren't artists, but that a lot of them don't seem to realize that they're in what's called technical art.
Technical artists are good.
Yeah, technical artists are important and they're good. However, a lot of them don't understand that there's sort of a different expectation on a technical artist than there is a regular artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their creativity is not seen as lesser, it's seen as different. And a lot of them were trying to be like, oh, people don't see us as, like, real artists. It's like, no, we see you as real artists. You just see yourself as a different kind of
It's the
artist.
difference between an actor on a stage and a theater tech who's operating the fog machine. There's an art form to both things, but, you know, they're viewed differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This... However, like, me and Occo have covered this extensively on both of our channels. We could spend all day just covering riggers who are talking about how they don't owe you anything, they don't have to give you anything, you don't deserve to have, like, their wonderful work or whatever. It's ridiculous behavior, honestly.
I legitimately just, and I had to stop myself because I thought it was kind of, like, crazy to keep doing it, but I legitimately told some of them, I was just like, you are literally emulating the you will own nothing and be happy mentality, and every single time some of them just like got so upset at me.
No, I mean it's quite literally that same. It's a right to repair. It's the service freaking contracts and stuff like that. The stop killing games kind of like culture that they are directly making a stance against by doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the comparison is very clear and easy to make, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And when you point it out to them, they just feel like they just lose their mind because it's like, no, it's obviously different. It's like, no, it really isn't any different. When I did listen to your stream, it was really funny, just like listening to how technically they can't copyright or have intellectual property over a program that is closed source and that they have the license to use. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, so that was,
yeah.
something we had to talk about is Live 2D being it kind of has a weird like rules to it for basically using it. Skipped your super? I'm sorry. Let me go back up. I'm not trying to skip any. Start now says, I'm
How
never giving
dare
you the
you, Mizu
original
number.
manuscript of my novel. What if you copy it or worse, appropriate it? That actually is kind of funny of a
That is
comparison.
Yeah.
But no, I also had to bring it up with a lot of people, is it's not just giving it out to anybody. It's specifically giving it out to your client who 100% does in fact need it. You can cope all day about how they don't really need it. We need it.
No, yeah, 100% we need it.
And one of the big things I kind of tried to explain to people and how some of them are sort of getting away with this because they're like, well, I don't have clients ask for it that often. A lot of clients don't know what it is or why it's important. And it should be kind of your responsibility as the person who does know why it's important to be an honest business person and tell them why it's important and why they should have it.
And then when you
I didn't know
say
what
that, they
this
get
file
upset
was
too.
until this happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of
I
people
kind of
don't.
knew what it was. I kind of knew what it was because I'd already gone through this of just like going to the original rigger and saying, hey, this new person is going to add an outfit for me. Can you send them this file? And then we had to talk about how attribution was like, they were like, okay, if you do that, you have to kind of change up the attribution
my
here
God.
because two people are working on this model now.
Okay, I am loosely aware of this file. Back my other model, remember the one that ended up like being put on hiatus and then the person came back and hastily rigged it and it was really bad?
Yeah.
I remember Raging Bull tried to get that file from them and he couldn't. And it was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Yep, that's that file.
Because there was a lot of artists that would be like, well, you should have asked for the file ahead of time.
I
And
was like, they don't know.
yeah, my thing was they don't know that they need that file. And they're like, well, that's their problem for not doing their research. I was like, do you
It's
really
like, no.
do you really want to be that like asshole mechanic that's like taking advantage of customers because he knows for a fact they don't know how to fix cars and don't know what's wrong with it?
And then you'll end up on
yeah.
you'll end up on a mechanic that does YouTube shorts saying, "Hey guys, this guy screwed over this grandma that went into his shop. He was going to charge her $2,300. Look at me, I'm going to do it for only $500. They screwed her. I won't." That's like literally what's going on right now. Is so many of these people are being revealed of that. Like Mizu's just coming along saying, "You guys are like
It's
scamming
kind of
people."
fun. In the state of California, we actually have laws set up to prevent the scummy mechanic from doing shit like that. Basically, what would go down and how the law would be used is you go to one person, you have to get something fixed, they charge you $3,500, right? Fucking seems like a lot, and it's not long after you receive your car and with the alleged fixes that the car is having a problem again. You take it to a different mechanic who looks at it and goes, that was not the problem at all. It's a $500 fix. Fill out this form and you can actually get a full refund from the mechanic who scammed you out of $3,500. You'd get like, I think you just get the difference. So it'd be like $33,000, right? And there's actually laws in California to kind of enforce and make sure that mechanics can't pull that shit as much anymore. But it's not a well-known law, so it doesn't work very often. So people get scammed every fucking day in California.
I mean, you get scammed by living in California. I don't know what you're talking about here.
Yeah, that is very true. Fucking $7.29 a gallon right now.
Toa says, advice to budding novel writers: go to the bookstore, see all those awful books on the shelf. That could be you, Michael Malice, author.
See, I was complaining. I was complaining about, like, literally, I was looking at my gas. I'm not gonna say like how much because I don't want to like dox myself or anything. But like, I was looking at gas and I was like, oh my gosh, it just barely went under $4.10. I feel so happy now, and and hearing that, I'm just like, I could not. That's like, no.
Yeah. I
That's
do want to,
inflation. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
and I do want to bring up one kind of final topic in relation to this. I think I fucked up and accidentally. Did I?
Holy shit.
Person, it was.
Oh, this yeah, it was this person. Yes. I love this person. I hope that they're successful.
So this person, in response to all of this, did stream reverse engineering live 2D MOC3 models. So MOC3 is the actual live 2D itself. It is not the CMO3, which is the important one we were talking about. But they did a stream showing how there is sort of a way to jerry-rig the MOC3 to get important information out of it. And kind of turn it into a CMO3. And I think they... I didn't watch the stream, but somebody told me they did this for like 10 hours straight.
Were they successful?
Yeah, no, people were like super successful with it.
That is pretty cool.
A lot of people were saying they're a very good being. Remember to protect them, you know?
Yeah, and this is kind of what's going to end up happening too from this discourse is people will get pissed off enough at riggers that they will learn how to do it themselves. They will learn how to do the thing that you're worried. Oh my god, this is gonna you know what? I need this file so bad and it pisses me off so much. I'm going to learn how to reverse engineer this model out of spite.
Yeah.
Sparky's
and
already
then I'll
planning
show
on
everyone
doing
how to do it.
Yeah, Sparky's already gonna learn how to do it just to spite people. Spite's a powerful tool. These people are stupid, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, spite is a very powerful tool.
You gotta be careful. One of the things I said was a lot of people need to understand you're kind of upsetting a lot of your clients. And if you're not careful and just keep letting this go on, they're just not going to come back. Like, you think you're... I mean, like... You hear it all the time with like, oh no, you don't understand, we're irreplaceable. No, you're not.
You are not.
No,
again,
you're not. Trust me.
My opinion is that there's companies of riggers that will do well. I think Kendra mentioned one of them. Then, of course, you've got like 3 or 4 riggers that will never lose work because they are the rigger. They are the top of the world, and Kevin is one of them.
Yeah, they're the GOAT.
And so because of that, they'll be just fine. They will always have work. Like, legitimately, I was talking to Kevin, and he's like, yeah, I'm still working 10 hours a day, 40 hours a week. I always have work. And I'm just like, damn, man, that's crazy. So, like, even though people try to cancel this fucker, he still is working hand over fist and has shit tons of stuff going on, and he is such a busy man.
That's what I love about Kevin too, and other riggers. Lyle, I can't think of many, but like there's like, oh, the bigger rigger and artist community have quote unquote canceled these guys, yet their workload has not changed at all. They're doing just fine.
No, yeah, he is doing 100% just fine, and I think these people are stupid because there is no way that there's just no way, in my personal opinion, that he's going to run out of work. And so the top people will have work always. These retards will not. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't want to be mad at artists, but I kind of have to be. Like,
I'm mad at the dumb ones, that's for sure.
Well, because I have people say it sometimes to me. It's like, Mizu, it seems like you kind of beat up on artists a lot. And it's like, well, a lot of them shouldn't be in this field. Like, quite frankly, they don't understand that they are producing a product for people. They still feel like they're producing art for themselves. People are just paying for them to produce art for themselves. It's like, no, that's not really what's happening here.
yeah, there's an issue where I had, and I won't talk about the art piece or anything like that, but that artist found out that I have utilized AI art in the past and tried to, like, take the freaking, like, the rights to the art and everything. I'm like, you're using my IP. That's not gonna work. That's not how this works. But even that, like, artists get uppity in a way that's like, hey, you don't get to control me through this mafioso bullshit. I'm sorry, that's not gonna fly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree.
And the thing is, the more you do that, the less people are going to want to work with you. Because it doesn't matter how, like, moral whatever objection you have to your client is. All other clients are going to see is, oh, if they have an objection to me, they're going to, like, try and screw me over. It doesn't really matter what your objection is. The fact that you have one at all is the problem.
Yeah.
But that's... Is there anything y'all particularly want to touch on about this past that? I think the problem is me and Occo touched on, like, so much of it already.
Nah, I'm pretty good. I think we can do it all.
The one thing I saw was being tossed around, and you told me you disagreed with this. And I kind of understand why you would disagree with it, but I heard one person talk about how the Stop Killing Games movement might fix this, and I don't think, after you and I talked about it, I don't think so.
Yeah, no,
It would be
Occo
pretty
pitched
funny.
this idea
No,
to me the
it's
other
not
day
working.
that somebody said, and they're like, so, you know, because Live 2D is technically a game, wouldn't this be affected by Stop
Nope.
Killing Games? They're like, no, because it's a third-party
Nope.
thing.
Yeah. Sorry.
If you would say that would be affected
I-
by Stop Killing Games, you'd have to say all mods also are affected by that. Like,
Yeah,
there's so much stuff
I
that'd be affected.
appreciate the moxie, but there's a reason why I was thrown into a laughing fit when Occo said that, because that's just not gonna happen at all.
It would be one of the most hilarious things ever, but yeah, I don't really...
It's a cute idea, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, is not just with that, but people seem to misunderstand Stop Killing Games kind of in general a lot. And I'm not 100% sure why. It's
Yeah.
not complicated, in my opinion.
Right.
But you know, maybe people are right and I'm wrong. I don't think I am.
I don't think you're wrong on that one, though, to be honest with you.
We have cute and
Nah,
funny
you're
ideas
right.
on here on UTT. I have cute and funny
We do.
ideas.
We do.
I don't know about other people. All my ideas are cute and funny though.
I want to get an art piece of, like, it's Mizu, and there's two jars beside him, and there's the Mizu was right jar and the Mizu was wrong jar, and the Mizu was right jar is overflowing. And to be fair, there is some money in the Mizu's wrong jar, but there's also spider webs and cobwebs indicating he hasn't been wrong in a while.
Yeah, I just... I'm waiting for the day when you're genuinely wrong about something.
Yeah, I can't remember a time he was wrong.
I'm typically pretty good about it, I think. Or I try my best. But yeah, no, that's all I really wanted to particularly touch on tonight. Mizu was wrong. His
Yeah, that
69
sounds good.
cents in it.
Well, no.
I will let people give me a half wrong specifically for the old Torikaru situation because I apologized when I knew I shouldn't have.
What's funny is
Okay.
What's funny is people still try and use that as a gotcha. It's like, oh, you guys like blamed a victim, and it's just like, Mizu, I agree. The one time you apologized and you knew you shouldn't have, I was just like, looking back, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have apologized either.
Yeah, I kind of let people talk me into it, and then I realized afterwards, like, this was a horrendous idea. They're immediately just using it against me when I knew I was right, so...
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I will take the L on
Pretty
that
much,
one. That
pretty
is the
much.
singular Mizu L, the single dollar in the Mizu was wrong jar.
And it was because people convinced you to do it. It was pure pressure.
Also, I think it's fair to note that because I think some people would try and put more notes in the wrong jar. But I don't take like a hardline stance on something unless I'm 100% sure I'm correct.
Yeah.
Kind of in general.
Never listen to other people. Yes, chat. He shouldn't listen to me.
Wrong jar is just called the stock market. To be fair, there's no more money in there because the stock market took it all.
Yeah, that's also true.
Tis the way of my world, unfortunately.
I knew a guy who had gotten into like stock investments and stuff when the whole GameStop thing happened, and he had like $50,000 that he tried to withdraw, and they're like, no, we're gonna freeze this and investigate and make sure and whatever. And it's been like when I last checked in on it, it had been over 2.5 years, and it was still frozen assets he had no access to. And I'm like, well, that's pretty fucked up.
By the way, I still have money
just
in what do you call it? AMD? I think not AMD. AMZ, the movie people.
Yeah.
I still have money in their stock.
Oh, do you really?
And because of that, I still get like notifications about like shareholder meetings or something.
How is the stock doing?
It is horrendous.
Because I mean, after COVID, it had to have fucking tanked.
Oh yeah, no, my investment in it is down to like single digits at this point.
Oh no, God.
But I am holding strong.
I'm sorry.
He's holding the line, Chad.
Well, at this point, there's no point to sell it. It's a lot like what?
No,
I want to get my
absolutely
60 cents
not.
back. Or I could just keep it and enjoy my like little emails I get from them. Like, do you want to chime in on the shareholder meeting?
No.
Yeah, me with my 0.3% stake in this company.
Holding the bag, you mean? Yes, I'm holding that bag.
Hold that bag. That's so funny.
Speaking of
hold that
movie
bag.
theaters, chat, I will be going to watch Amazing Digital Circus tomorrow.
Oh, have fun.
I am very excited.
Occo got to watch it. He's going to, for when it comes out on YouTube, because we're going to do a watch along on Rumble. Or no, on YouTube for it, because Occo and I had already done all the other episodes.
Yes.
But he's going specifically to make sure that we cannot be spoiled by chat. So watch it, chat. We got an insider.
Yeah. People can make fun of me all they want. I like Has Been Hotel. I like The Amazing Digital Circus. I like my white girl cartoons.
Oh, Occo did say, by the way, that there is a QR code that you guys will be able to scan on location that will give you access to merch unique to the theater.
QR code from what? I don't have like an app or anything.
The Amazing Digital Circus. It'll just link to the
it takes you to a website.
To the shop.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's all it does. But there's a QR code at the theater with their stuff that you can scan and get access to this merch. It's not gonna be sold anywhere else.
I will look into it. Depending on what it is. Because I just bought like a Queenie from them.
Oh, fair.
Oh, yeah,
I think you sent me the picture.
Chat has seen the Queenie and Kinger that I got, but I also just got the full Queenie plush.
Oh, a full one? Like how big?
It's not that big. I can send a picture of it. She's curled up right now in the sleeping Jolteon.
Nice.
That's right, you have a sleeping Jolteon.
Yeah, because it's cute.
That's right, that's right.
But yeah, that is movie QR code goes to website. Spoiler: Snape kills Dumbledore. Spoiler: This is a spoiler. Apparently, the Snape kills Dumbledore thing was like huge at the time, but I don't know anything about Harry Potter.
It was the fact that Dumbledore died at all was the biggest spoiler. Like that was where like the fact that spoilers are a big deal was kind of thrust into my consciousness was when that came out, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, the Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince Dumbledore dies."
That's where it was thrust into you, Ava.
It
Wow.
was, yeah, it was definitely with great force. It went in there deep. All right, we should probably.
Let's end
It'll
while we're
help.
ahead.
Yeah.
I prefer being behind, honestly.
Same.
But yeah, no, it's fine, I think. I think we've kind of touched on everything we wanted to really touch on with this. I'm gonna keep an eye on all the like legal stuff that's going on with people, because obviously that's my interest point. We keep an eye on the rigger thing, because honestly, there's just so many people talking about it, dude. It is ridiculous.
It's not really even stopped, which is funny.
Yeah, no, it just keeps going, and more people keep chiming in on it. It's getting a bit ridiculous.
Just a little bit, yeah.
By the way, thank you, Avenged, member for 23 months. Said good stream. Appreciate it.
One more month and you'll be
Thank
here
you,
for
thank
2
you.
years.
And then
Oh my
Chaos Smash
God.
says plap, 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 get spoiled, get spoiled.
No, chat, no.
Let me see where I can send everybody. You got shot with the wizard equivalent of a gun. I will never accept the explanation that wizards can't just use guns. I think it's a lie.
Wait. I was saying wizards can't use guns.
So in the Harry Potter universe, wizards can't use anything that includes quote-unquote modern technology in it, and they have expanded that to also mean guns.
That's retarded.
It claims that the magic in the air somehow forces the modern technology to not work. This also led to a very famous quote where, what's her name, J.K. Rowling, said that they do not have traditional plumbing in Hogwarts, and because it would fuck up with the magic stuff, so they just shit their pants and then magic it away.
Ew.
I always love bringing that up because that is
I'm
unironically how J.K. Rowling explains that contradiction.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though
Okay. So I'm gone. I'm leaving. That was bleh.
Lamau.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
chat hasn't heard that before.
By the way, chat. Tomorrow I'm gonna play some Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, I'm surprised people in chat hadn't heard that before. They have restrooms?
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
Which is why it made even less sense that J.K. Rowling said that. Oh, it's so funny. Because, like, Moaning Myrtle hangs around the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Which opens up a lot of questions, by the way, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we really don't talk about that one.
The ghost of a dead girl who always moans just hangs out in the restroom.
And
Ugh.
also has a tendency to peek on the boys who decide to take a bath in that bathroom.
Mm.
What? Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter's a wild
Yeah.
universe.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Noir. Says, I've watched Outlaw Star Wizards use this. What was JK thinking? JK Rowling's a nut job. Like a proper, like, screw loose.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so
Yes,
funny
she
that
is.
so many, like, rabid, like, feminist groups take her so seriously. It's like, no, she's crazy. She's a kooky old woman. The mold in her walls is poisoning her mind.
She legitimately believes in paying taxes, too.
With that, chat, have a good night. I'm sending you off to the almighty lolly. I don't know why Ava disappeared from the room, but we're leaving anyways, so...
Good night, chat.
Occo said they'll see you tomorrow for Lego Autism. Bye, chat.